I have 10 beautiful older sisters. At 23, Lin Chen went to propose, but didn't he expect to be met with his mother-in-law's hostility? Just when things seemed hopeless, his sister stepped in and said, "Anyone who dares bully my little brother, I'll make sure his life is worse than death." That's when Lin Chen realized that his father had previously adopted 10 little girls from all over the country, and now, all of them had grown up. What's more, each of them was an influential figure. The eldest daughter, Liu Ruoyi, was the chairman of a trillion-dollar group. The second daughter, Qin Yunfei, was a famous idol singer in China. The third daughter, Jiu Jiayi, was the youngest female mayor. The fourth daughter, Wang Ruiqian, was the top actress in the entertainment industry. Looking at his powerful and famous sisters, Lin Chen couldn't help but feel a little helpless. Being pampered by my sisters feels too amazing. Chapter 1, The Barbaric Mother-in-Law. 200,000. If you don't have 200,000, don't even think about marrying my daughter. In a living room, a woman who looked to be around 40, with a sharp and mean expression, glared at the man standing not far away. Her tone was harsh, as if there was no room for negotiation. "I already gave 15,000 before. Why is the price increasing now?" Lin Chen's face showed some helplessness. He had already agreed with the woman beforehand 15,000 for the betrothal gift, along with a house and a car, and she would let her daughter marry him. This was a fairly reasonable deal, but for someone like Lin Chen, who came from a poor family, it meant exhausting all his savings. He even had several thousand yuan in online loans hanging over his head. Marriage was just too expensive. What kind of job could a young man in his 20s have that would allow him to afford a car, a house, and a dowry? That was nonsense before, and that's how things are these days. If you don't have money, don't get married. My daughter is so beautiful, there's no place where she wouldn't be wanted. I refused when she wanted to marry you, this poor guy. Now I refuse even more. The middle-aged woman, Liu Yang, snorted coldly, as if Lin Chen was nothing in her eyes. At this moment, Lin Chen glanced over at the side. There stood a petite girl with delicate features, wearing makeup that could score around 85 points, and without makeup, about 80. That was his girlfriend, Zhu Shasha. They had been together for over a year. Although she had a bad temper, Lin Chen had always spoiled her. Now, as they were talking about marriage, he hoped she could say a few words for him. After all, this was his mother-in-law, and there were some things he couldn't say himself. "Lin Chen, I hope you understand, my mom isn't deliberately making things difficult for you. We have a younger brother, and you know Zhu Yang is useless. If you don't pay a little more, it'll be difficult for him to get married in the future." Zhu Shasha glanced at Lin Chen and said earnestly. Lin Chen was stunned. What logic was this? Was he marrying Zhu Shasha, or marrying her whole family? Why was her brother's dowry now his responsibility? "Shasha, what are you saying? Your brother is just a little playful. What do you mean he has no ability? He's much better than this guy," Liu Yang said, clearly dissatisfied. Zhu Shasha didn't speak, but from her expression, Lin Chen knew that if he didn't offer more money, there would be no marriage today. "After all this time, this is how our relationship is." Lin Chen laughed sarcastically. He had thought Zhu Shasha was a bit willful, but would look out for him. But after today, he realized that her family never really thought much of him. If that's the case, what was he even doing here? "See, I told you he can come up with the money. Don't bother with him anymore. I'll introduce you to one of my rich colleagues." A man, who had been sitting quietly on the sofa, with a few freckles on his face, spoke to Zhu Shasha. He was Zhu Shasha's younger brother, the prince of the family. Everything good in the house went to him. This had led to Zhu Yang, who was already 19, having no life skills. He didn't go to college and instead worked at a company where half the time he played around, a good-for-nothing type. "Really? Let me see." Zhu Shasha walked over to Zhu Yang, completely ignoring Lin Chen. She looked at Zhu Yang's phone with a greedy glint in her eyes. On the phone was a man who, although only about 5 feet 3 inches, wore a large gold chain and drove a Range Rover. He obviously came from money. His family just went through a demolition, and I heard they got compensated millions. Zhu Yang whispered. "Really?" Zhu Shasha's face lit up with excitement. But then, she suddenly remembered Lin Chen was still there. She coughed twice and looked at him indifferently. "If you're free, go gather some money." If you don't have money, don't come looking for me. Lin Chen clenched his fists, his face twisted with rage. Go to hell with gathering money. Do you really think I'll let you bully me? I'm telling you, I'm not marrying anymore. Find whoever you want. And Zhu Shasha, remember this, 30 years on the east side of the river, 30 years on the west side. Don't forget what you did today. What did I do? You have no money, whose fault is that? Do you think this society is like it used to be? A poor guy like you, who do want you? Use your brain. Once a man is over 23, his image is supported by money and self-discipline. Look at you now, what do you have besides being a little handsome? Zhu Shasha wasn't he backing down, looking at Lin Chen with disdain. Lin Chen's anger flared up, but Zhu Shasha's family all looked at him, and if he made a move, they'd likely deal with him immediately. Who dares to insult my brother like this? Just then, a voice full of authority and coldness rang out. Several black Rolls-Royce cars were parked outside the door, and a slender, flawless white leg slowly stepped out. She was wearing black high heels, and the shoes sparkled faintly. The queen-like aura emanating from her feet was unmistakable. Because most women couldn't pull off shoes like that, and her legs were almost perfect, with no excess fat on her calves. Her skin was as smooth as jade, and just the sight of that leg made one's heart race. Chapter 2, Who Dares Bully My Brother? As Lin Chen saw it, just the woman's legs alone would earn her at least an 80 out of 100 if they weren't too unattractive. Plus, her aura seemed incredibly strong, and from her outfit, it was clear she wasn't just beautiful, she was formidable. As everyone watched, the woman slowly walked out of the car, accompanied by several bodyguards dressed in black suits. She had exquisite features, narrow eyes, and wore a black long coat with black professional shorts, exuding an overwhelming presence. Just looking at her made people feel a slight tremor in their hearts. 90 points, at least 95, Lin Chen thought, his eyes filled with surprise. This woman was absolutely stunning. Not to exaggerate, but even among celebrities, she would stand out as a star. She radiated a powerful, queen vibe, the kind of woman who would captivate anyone with just one glance, making them want to conquer her. She is so beautiful. Where did this woman come from? Lin Chen was a little puzzled. He felt like he had seen a flicker of recognition in her eyes when she looked at him. But in his mind, there was no information about this woman. She moved gracefully toward the house, her long eyes scanning the room with a queenly air. You have quite a bit of nerve, don't you? Even daring to make things difficult for my brother, who gave you the courage? The woman's voice was cold, and as she stood beside Lin Chen, it was clear she didn't regard anyone else in the room. Everyone present was stunned. Lin Chen has a sister like this? How come we never heard about her before? I recognize the car now. That's a special car from Tianxing Group. Look, the Rolls-Royce has the Tianxing logo on it. Tianxing Group, the top company in Mohai City, worth hundreds of billions. How could someone like that be related to Lin Chen? Everyone in the room was shocked. They whispered among themselves, their impression of Lin Chen quickly changing. They had no idea what kind of background he came from. I suggest you give me an explanation, or else no one in this room will leave with a good outcome today. Liu Ruoyi's tone was frosty. Liu Yang and her family were now nearly terrified. Facing such an imposing presence, even Liu Yang, who was usually so brash, dared not act recklessly. We just wanted to raise the betrothal gift a little. Lin Chen disagreed, but that's fine. I'll send my daughter over to him. It's her good fortune to marry him, Liu Yang said, trying to flatter her. She knew very well that with such a sister, Lin Chen would have no trouble getting money in the future. It would be a piece of cake. Sorry, but a daughter like yours is not worthy of my brother. I'll give you a chance to bring the dowry and apologize to him. Otherwise, you'll be receiving a lawyer's letter soon. Liu Ruoyi snorted coldly. Lin Chen was standing there, completely stunned. He had no idea where this powerful sister had come from. And why was she so fierce? This. Liu Yang was momentarily at a loss, her eyes staring at Liu Ruoyi, not knowing what to do. The Zhu family was also uncertain of how to respond. Liu Ruoyi seemed too lazy to waste time with them. She turned to her bodyguards and said, teach them a lesson, then make sure they return everything they've taken from Lin Chen. The bodyguards nodded and, with a few swift movements, began advancing toward the Zhu family. For a moment, chaos erupted in the room. Lin Chen, let us go, Liu Ruori said, clearly uncomfortable in such a chaotic environment. She reached out and pulled Lin Chen toward the car. Her hand was so soft. It felt like it had no bones, as smooth and delicate as jade. A faint fragrance surrounded her, and when Lin Chen inhaled it, his heart skipped a beat. Dazed, he followed Liu Ruori into the car, while the Zhu family members were left humiliated by the bodyguard's actions. Though they resented it, regret weighed heavier on their hearts. Zhu Shasha, in particular, felt like her heart was bleeding. If she had known Lin Chen had such a powerful background, she would have been more than happy to offer them all the dowry money. After all, this was a wealthy family. But why hadn't Lin Chen told her? Did he think she wasn't good enough for him? It was almost like a scene from a TV drama, yet it was happening to them. How ironic. Sitting in the backseat of the Rolls-Royce, Lin Chen felt a little uneasy. He had never been in such an expensive car before, and the leather seats were incredibly comfortable. The temperature inside the car was just right, the ceiling was a starry sky, and a liquid crystal display was set up in front of the seat. The driver wore white gloves, and the whole car felt impeccably stable. Even after sitting in it for a while, Lin Chen couldn't feel a single bump, as if he were on flat ground. The driver's salary would probably cost a fortune, but in a car worth over $1 million, the driver's wages seemed insignificant. Chapter 3, The Heavenly Father. Har har har. Liu Ruori suddenly burst into laughter as she looked at Lin Chen sitting beside her. She found her little brother incredibly amusing. While she, as a girl, wasn't nervous at all, here was Lin Chen, her little brother, completely on edge. But soon, as she thought about Lin Chen's humble background, she quickly stopped smiling, turning to look at him and asking, "Are you feeling especially confused right now?" "Yeah." Lin Chen nodded. To be honest, his mind was filled with 1,000 questions. Where am I? Who am I? What does this woman want from me? The answer is simple, Liu Ruori said, taking out a file from the side and placing it in front of Lin Chen. Lin Chen opened it and froze in place, for inside was information about his father. His father was a scientific researcher who spent most of his time traveling for work. According to his mother, his father hadn't returned since Lin Chen was born. His parents had met purely by chance. Lin Chen's mother passed away 3 years ago in a car accident, and it was because of that accident that he had to stop his studies. Now, he was left all alone, struggling. The money for his wedding, their house, and the car, all of that had been left by his mother. At first, Lin Chen thought he would have a simple life with a wife, but then he encountered Liu Yang and her family. Fortunately, Liu Ruori appeared, otherwise, Lin Chen would have had no idea what to do. As he read through the information, Lin Chen gradually began to understand. His father was a researcher, a man who traveled far and wide. And, more surprisingly, he was a compassionate man, often taking in abandoned children he met during his travels. Liu Ruori was not his biological daughter. Lin Chen was his only child. However, when Liu Ruori was young, his father had taken her in and raised her for a while, effectively becoming her father. Liu Ruori had shown extraordinary business talent from a young age. After Lin Guodong, Lin Chen's father, left, Liu Ruori, at just 12 years old, had already started buying stocks and making investments. Years passed, and Liu Ruori had built a massive business empire. Now, the empire's assets were worth hundreds of billions. Some of that success, however, could be attributed to Lin Guodong's help, given his extensive connections from traveling around. Lin Guodong had helped her in many business matters, using his vast network. Recently, Liu Ruori discovered that Lin Guodong had a biological son, Lin Chen. So, she immediately came to find him. But she never expected to walk into the scene she was facing now. Lin Chen flipped through the pages, his mind spinning. But when he reached the last page, he froze. He found that every child his father had taken in was a girl, and there were 10 of them. What stunned him further was that each of these girls had achieved extraordinary success. The eldest daughter, Liu Ruori, was the chairwoman of Qianxin Group, with a net worth of 102.9 billion, at the age of 29. The second daughter, Xin Yunfei, was a famous idol singer in China. Many of the most popular songs were hers, and she was also a musical genius, skilled in over 10 instruments. She was 29, just a few months younger than Liu Ruori. The third daughter, Jiyu Jiaxuan, was the youngest female city mayor in China, in charge of Jinyu City. She was the only person to have elevated the city's economy 2 levels in just 3 years. She was 28. The fourth daughter, Wang Ruiqian, was an actress, known as the queen of the entertainment industry. Every drama or movie she starred in was a hit. She was 27. The fifth daughter, Liao Mani, was a female instructor in China's military district, holding the rank of colonel, but she was responsible for special forces, with far greater authority than regular troops. The sixth daughter, Qin Ya, was a famous surgeon, having treated countless patients. The seventh daughter, Yi Ju, was a writer. The information kept coming, and Lin Chen's head was buzzing. What kind of heavenly father was this? He had adopted so many daughters, and every single one of them had been nurtured to become a powerhouse in their respective fields. But these stories hadn't been widely reported. Given the sensitive nature of the connections involved, only a few people knew about them. Liu Ruoyi, in fact, only learned of this after her father contacted her personally. She couldn't help but admire how incredible her father was. Lin Chen felt like he was living in a dream. He had always thought of himself as an ordinary person, only to discover his father was such a remarkable figure. However, the way his father had completely neglected him was a little hard to swallow. He had trained so many children around the world, yet when it came to Lin Chen, he hadn't taught him anything. Now, suddenly, this whole situation was unfolding, and Lin Chen didn't even know how to process it. "You don't need to be so nervous," Liu Ruoyi said with a smile. She then reached out and pinched Lin Chen's cheek. "From now on, I'll be your sister, and I'll take good care of you." Lin Chen suddenly felt his heart tighten. It was his first time experiencing such intimate contact with a girl. And not just any girl, she was a stunning beauty. Back when he was dating Zhu Xiaxia, that woman wouldn't let him touch her at all, clearly putting on an act of being high and mighty. It was a relief when they broke up. Lin Chen felt that a woman like her would make him feel dirty just by being near her. Lin Chen took a deep breath and, feeling a bit embarrassed, said, "Sorry, I'm just really surprised. I haven't been able to process it all." Chapter 4, The Super Perception System. "It's okay. I also needed a moment to process everything," Liu Ruoyi said with a smile. "Although I always knew our father was amazing, I didn't expect him to be this incredible." Lin Chen nodded slightly. He had no idea what to say at this point. Beep. Detected that the host has learned about their background. System activating. Congratulations, the host has successfully unlocked the affection system. A sudden system voice echoed in the air. Lin Chen froze for a moment. He had activated a system. As a transmigrator, he naturally knew what a system was. It had been years since Lin Chen had transmigrated into this world. At first, he thought he was an orphan, and he never expected to have a system. But now, it seemed like fate had suddenly thrown a big slice of pie right at him. It felt almost like a dream. "System, what is your function?" Lin Chen asked. "This system is the affection system. When a host gains the affection of 10 sisters or has any physical contact with them, the system will reward the host," the system's voice explained. Beep. Detected that their host's face was touched by the sister's finger. "Congratulations, the host has successfully obtained their male god charm. Their male god charm will be activated in the next 3 days. First, it will enhance the hostess looks, then it will improve the hostess temperament, and finally, it will increase the host's charisma, making the host appear as a perfect male god." The system's voice sounded again. Lin Chen was taken aback. He didn't expect the system to be so straightforward and blunt. All he had to do was gain his sister's affection or have physical contact with them, and he would receive rewards. This meant that his improvements would be quite substantial. Excited, Lin Chen turned to look at Liu Ruoyi, asking with a hint of curiosity, "Sister, where are we going now?" "Home," Liu Ruoyi replied. "There are a few other sisters at home. I just found out about this matter, so I haven't contacted everyone yet. But I believe we'll be able to reach them once we have the time. However, over the years, our father has always raised us for a while before leaving each time. I don't know if everyone will be willing to accept this situation," Liu Ruoyi said, somewhat helplessly. She had already contacted a few of their siblings, and it seemed that some of them held resentment toward Lin Guodong, feeling abandoned by him. As a father, Lin Guodong could indeed be seen as somewhat irresponsible. "We'll take it one step at a time," Lin Chen said with a smile. Liu Ruoyi nodded, her gaze shifting to Lin Chen. She had previously worried that he might resist, but now it seemed like Lin Chen was a more open-minded person than she had expected. Moreover, he had even called her sister, which showed that he had already accepted her. With this thought, Liu Ruori let out a sigh of relief. Her biggest worry had been that Lin Chen might not be able to accept her. Now, it seemed that she had overthought it. Beep. The host has gained 1 point of affection from Liu Ruori, obtaining their divine voice skill. A system voice immediately followed. Lin Chen froze for a moment. Had he gained affection so quickly? He looked at Liu Ruori in surprise, and to his astonishment, he noticed that the system interface had now displayed specific information about her. Name, Liu Ruori. Age, 29. Appearance, 96 points. Occupation, CEO of Chen Group, worth hundreds of billions. Personality, cold on the outside, warm on the inside, delicate in emotions, domineering, and intelligent. Flaws, soft-hearted, desires to be conquered, extremely considerate toward family. Even a strong woman is, after all, still a woman. Affection, 60 points. The maximum affection between siblings is 75 points. Exceeding 75 points may lead to a romantic relationship. 85 points and above is true love. 95 points and above means lifelong devotion. As Lin Chen read this detailed information, he understood that Liu Ruori currently saw him purely as a brother, which explained the 60 points of affection. However, their true love and lifelong devotion part really caught his attention. Could the relationship exceed the sibling bond someday? Lin Chen couldn't help but glance at Liu Ruori. She was undeniably beautiful. It would be impossible for any man to not be attracted to her. But for now, he was still a little nervous and didn't think about it too much. The system was indeed quite generous, rewarding him so handsomely for just a little affection. Who knew what other rewards it would give him in the future? Anyway, he might as well keep gaining affection. After all, there was still some distance between 60 and 75 points. Sister, your hair is a little messy, Lin Chen suddenly said. Earlier, when Liu Ruori had been speaking to him, a small strand of hair had fallen loose at her temple, looking a bit untidy. Liu Ruori nodded but immediately looked at Lin Chen with a sharp gaze. Lin Chen, your voice, why does it sound so good? She asked, surprised. Suddenly, she noticed that Lin Chen's voice seemed to have become much more pleasant. It wasn't that his voice had completely changed, but rather the quality of it had improved. It was like the difference between music played on a cheap old phone and music played on a high-end sound system. The difference was striking. Beep. Liu Ruori's affection +1. Congratulations, the host has obtained the Car God skill. Another system voice sounded. Lin Chen felt as if something new had been added to his mind. He paused for a moment. The affection points were coming in pretty fast. Chapter 5, does it sound nice? Does it sound good? My voice has always been like this, Lin Chen replied, feeling a little guilty. His voice had been much worse before, and now that Liu Ruori asked him, he didn't really know how to respond. No, that's not it. Your voice just now was definitely much better. It was as good sounding as it is now. Liu Ruori said seriously. She had studied acting in college and knew a lot about someone's vocal tone. Lin Chen's voice had undergone a significant change, which made her a little suspicious. Maybe it's because I had a cold earlier. But now, seeing you, I'm a bit excited. Lin Chen explained with a smile. That reason actually makes sense. Liu Ruori nodded slightly, but her eyes never left Lin Chen. Although Lin Chen's appearance wasn't exactly striking, his voice was far better than Qin Yunfei's. Liu Ruori was an internationally renowned singer, known for her heavenly voice that spread throughout central China. With a voice like Lin Chen's, with a little more refinement, he could easily become a superstar singer. At that moment, she found herself even more interested in her brother. He was truly a hidden gem. She hadn't expected her brother to have such talent. She reached out and pinched his face, a satisfied smile appearing on her delicate features. You really are my brother. You're just amazing. I look forward to your performance in the future. Millimeter. Lin Chen smiled faintly, and at that moment, another system voice rang out in his mind. Beep. Host and Liu Ruori have had intimate contact. Congratulations, the host has obtained the divine massage technique. Lin Chen was delighted. This system was just too generous. As long as he spent more time with his sister, he would continue to receive rewards. He had 10 sisters, and it was hard to imagine just how far he would go in the future. At this point, Lin Chen secretly opened the system's attribute page, which had always been available. He hadn't opened it earlier when talking to his sister, but now that he had a moment, he wanted to see what changes had occurred in him. Name, Lin Chen. Charm, 83, currently undergoing their perfect male god transformation, which will increase gradually. Strength, 11, normal person, 10 points. Intelligence, 12, normal person, 10 points. Agility, 10, normal person, 10 points. Abilities, divine voice, car god skill, divine massage technique. When he saw his attributes, Lin Chen realized he had undergone tremendous changes. With just the car god skill and divine voice, he could make a name for himself in China. Feeling a little excited, he glanced around. At that moment, the car stopped in front of a mansion. The area was full of lush greenery, the air quiet and serene, with a picturesque view. The mansion spanned 3,000 square meters and was divided into 3 floors. Just by looking at the car parked at the entrance and glancing at the mansion, Lin Chen could tell that this house was worth a fortune. Lin Chen inhaled deeply. He knew this mansion was located in the luxury area of the East District of Mohai City, worth at least 500 million yuan. No wonder the chairman was worth hundreds of billions. A house like this was a dream for many people. We're home. Let us go. Liu Ruori smiled and opened the car door. Lin Chen nodded slightly, opening the door and following Liu Ruori toward the mansion. Just as they were about to enter the mansion, on the 3rd floor of the house, in one of the bedrooms, a quiet and gentle-looking girl with long, black hair cascading loosely around her face, her beauty at least 95 points, was standing in front of the mirror, applying makeup. Not far from her, another woman in shorts, revealing 2 fair legs, lay on the bed. Her features were also exquisite, at least 94 points in looks. The woman sighed, looking a little downcast. What do you think our older sister's brother will be like when he comes back? I looked at the information earlier, he seems pretty average. He should just be an ordinary person. I heard from our older sister that he is always busy with work and rarely cares about his son. She only got to know him by chance. The woman sitting at the dressing table, named Qin Yunfei, spoke softly. By the looks of it, you still haven't forgiven him, Yi Ju said, shaking her head slightly. Not every sister had accepted Lin Chen yet. When their father, Lin Guodong, adopted these daughters, he would raise them for a while and then leave. So some of them resented him greatly. Though Lin Guodong had a good heart, he was too free-spirited and took a hands-off approach to parenting. Because of this, besides the eldest sister, several of them had suffered quite a bit. It wouldn't be easy for them to forgive Lin Guodong. I don't have a father like that. He just randomly found a family for me and left me there, and he did the same with our older sister. What's the difference between having him or not? Qin Yunfei snorted coldly, clearly still holding a grudge against Lin Guodong. Until now, Lin Guodong had mostly kept in contact with Liu Ruori, but had little to no connection with the other sisters. Chapter 6, Perfect Voice. Yi Ju shook her head slightly. In her memory, this man had also taken her out of the orphanage when she was very young and later arranged for her to be adopted by a family. There seemed to be some supernatural factors involved. It appeared there was a curse in their family, and the man had to adopt children in order to protect the family. This legend, which few people still believed in after hundreds of years, was something this man believed in deeply. However, this man was indeed very capable. At least in Yi Ju's memory, he truly was a great father. It seems like there's a car outside. Our brother is about to show up. Should we go meet him? Yi Ju said, smiling slightly as she got out of bed. The window was open, so they could hear the sounds from outside clearly. Wait a minute. I'm touching up my makeup. If he turns out to be a low-quality guy, just text me and I'll avoid meeting him, Qin Yunfei said while applying lipstick. Fine. Yi Ju nodded, knowing that Qin Yunfei had issues with their father, and she wouldn't be going downstairs to meet Lin Chen. Yi Ju, however, was curious to see what her brother was like. How different was he from their father? She walked down the stairs, and by the time she reached the living room, Lin Chen and Liu Ruori had already arrived. The living room was luxurious, and several servants greeted Lin Chen politely as soon as they saw him. So this is what the world of the wealthy is like? It's truly something else. As Lin Chen stepped into the living room, he couldn't help but feel amazed. He had always lived in a small house, so he'd never seen anything like this before. At that moment, the sound of footsteps came from upstairs. Yi Ju appeared, descending the stairs. As soon as her eyes landed on Lin Chen, she froze for a moment. Oh my! Lin Chen's voice was so pleasant to hear. His voice was like the purest spring water from a distant mountain, clean and melodious to the point that it was almost unbelievable. Beep. Yi Ju's favorability increased by +1. Acquired super combat skill. Beep. Yi Ju's favorability increased by +1. Acquired the complete set of Dupo books. 2 system notifications rang out, and Lin Chen didn't expect that by simply speaking, he had gained 2 points of favorability. It seemed Yi Ju wasn't the only one who liked men with beautiful voices. In fact, most girls are fond of a pleasant voice. Yi Ju, a self-proclaimed homebody who loved to write novels and read books, often indulged in fantasies. Naturally, she longed for a boy with a pure, beautiful voice to appear in her life. Clearly, Lin Chen fulfilled that need perfectly. I can't believe it. Someone with such an amazing voice really exists. Yi Ju murmured to herself, unable to contain her surprise. You didn't hear wrong. I was also shocked when I first heard it. Lin Chen's voice is truly remarkable. Fei Fei would be even more amazed if she heard it. Liu Ruori smiled and added. Her? I bet she'd jump out of her seat if she heard Lin Chen's voice. She's really picky about voices. Because she's a professional singer, she doesn't even want to be friends with people who don't have a good voice. She's still doing her makeup but will be down soon. Yi Ju could already imagine what would happen when Qin Yunfei met Lin Chen. With a smile on her face, Yi Ju quickly walked over to him. Come on, introduce yourself to your sister, she said, eager to hear Lin Chen's voice. Such a beautiful male voice was something she thought only existed in her imagination. Yi Ju was already considering making Lin Chen the male lead in her next book. He was the perfect hero. I'm Lin Chen. I'm 23 years old and just graduated not long ago, Lin Chen said briefly. Where did you live before? Do you have a girlfriend? Yi Ju asked eagerly. She couldn't help herself, she was so captivated by Lin Chen's voice. Yi Ju, didn't you already see all that information in his profile? Lin Chen just arrived. Don't bombard him with so many questions. Liu Ruori interjected. You should go see Fei Fei and call her downstairs. Dinner's about to be ready. Liu Ruori said helplessly. For Yi Ju, the allure of a voice was simply too powerful. After all, in her stories, there was always a perfect male lead. Chapter 7 Information. After hearing Liu Ruori's words, Yi Ju just stuck out her tongue and looked at Lin Chen with a look of obvious interest. At this time, Lin Chen also looked at her, and Yi Ju's attributes appeared in front of Lin Chen. Name, Yi Ju. Age, 26. Appearance, 94 points. Identity, Platinum Writer of Feiqian Novel Network. Personality, imaginative, lively, friendly. Disadvantages, easily influenced by emotions, eager to be loved by others. Favorability, 30 points. The highest affection between siblings is 75 points. If it exceeds 75 points, it is possible to develop into lovers. If it exceeds 85 points, it is true love. If it exceeds 95 points, it will last until death. When Lin Chen saw Yi Ju's favorability, he was slightly stunned. Although Yi Ju was very interested in him, his favorability did not seem to be very high. However, he was not in a hurry. All roads lead to Rome. You still need to eat one bite at a time. How can you have such a high favorability when you just met? At this time, Liu Ruori came to the dining table, but she took out her notebook and seemed to be processing some company documents on it. As a president with a wealth of hundreds of billions, Liu Ruori's daily life is still very busy. The servants next to her brought up the meals one by one. Yi Ju, who has a more friendly personality, came forward to help. She is nice to everyone, and there is no distinction between master and servant. Everyone in the villa likes her very much. However, today, because it is to entertain Lin Chen, there are more meals, and Lin Chen originally wanted to help. But Aunt Mai didn't agree at all. She just came home, how could she ask him for help? Helpless Lin Chen could only sit down. But just when Yi Ju brought a bowl of soup, suddenly her little finger accidentally touched its time for the soup base. Because today's meal is much more than before. At least 17 or 18 portions. Liu Ruori was processing documents next to her, so the whole table was still quite full. Yi Ju quickly put down the soup, shouting, "It's hot, it's scalding me." "What's wrong? Are you scalded?" Liu Ruori's face tightened and she asked quickly. Although they are not related by blood, family is Liu Ruori's soft spot in her heart, and she has always cared about these sisters. "It's okay, I just happened to touch it, it really burned me to death," Yi Ju said, a little aggrieved. She is a coder, and her finger was injured. She didn't know what to do with the evening update. "Auntie Mai, go get the medicine box," Liu Ruori shouted to the servants in the kitchen. Said. Auntie Mai in the kitchen nodded, wiped her scarf with her hand, and quickly ran towards the study. Liu Ruori also looked at Yi Ju's fingers nervously. Seeing this, Lin Chen walked towards Yi Ju. When he saw her red little finger, he suddenly had a very strange feeling in his mind. "Give me your hand," Lin Chen suddenly said. "What are you going to do?" Yi Ju was a little strange. But Lin Chen stretched out his hand directly at this time, grabbed Yi Ju's arm, looked at Yi Ju's wound, and suddenly she pressed a few acupuncture points on Yi Ju's fingers. Suddenly, blood began to flow rapidly on Yi Ju's little finger. The originally red wound was obviously relieved at this time. Lin Chen hurriedly walked aside and took out an ice cube from the refrigerator. "It will only take a minute." Lin Chen smiled slightly. "Oh my god. You are amazing. What technique did you use just now? How come it doesn't hurt all of a sudden?" Yi Ju asked in surprise. "This is an acupuncture technique. It temporarily speeds up the blood flow on the palm, so that the wound can be prevented from burning." Lin Chen smiled. After applying ice to Yi Ju's wound for a while, when he took his hand up, Yi Ju's wound had really healed. Ding! Physical contact with Yi Ju, their host obtains the master's cooking skills. A system sound sounded at this time. Lin Chen was a little used to it and didn't care too much. Yi Ju looked at Lin Chen. For some reason, she felt that this brother seemed to be much better than she imagined. Ding! Yi Ju's favorability +1, the host obtains the treasure appraisal eye. Another system sound came. Lin Chen smiled slightly. This system is really awesome. Waiting for him to fill up the favorability of these sisters, he can probably become the strongest man in the world. In addition, he just got the book Battle Through the Heavens, and if possible, he can publish it in the evening. With the popularity of this book, he can easily become a well-known writer. Although his sister is very rich, he also needs to have his own career. However, what Lin Chen did not expect was that when he was applying ice to Yi Ju, a figure slowly walked down from upstairs. When she saw the dining table, her eyes widened a little. Because she found that a man she had never seen was kissing Yi Ju, and Liu Ruori next to her was watching with admiration. "Oh my god! What is this scene? Is there anything wrong? When did Yi Ju become so open? And why didn't the elder sister stop him?" Full of doubts in her heart, Qin Yunfei hurried to the dining table. When she saw Lin Chen's profile, her expression was a little disgusted. This man was not so handsome that he could make Yi Ju fall. Chapter 8, Do It Directly. "What are you doing?" Qin Yunfei looked at them with a strange look in her eyes. At this time, Lin Chen and his group all looked at Qin Yunfei. This woman looked quite quiet, with long black hair scattered casually, looking like a girl next door. Her voice was particularly pleasant, with a sense of heavenly music. After her voice fell, a piece of information quickly emerged in Lin Chen's mind. Name, Qin Yunfei. Age, 29 years old. Appearance, 96 points. Identity, singer, music producer. Personality, quiet, emotional, and withdrawn. Disadvantages, dislike communication, sensitive, and difficult to accept other people's opinions. Favorability, 10 points. The highest affection between siblings is 75 points. If it exceeds 75 points, they may develop into lovers. If it exceeds 85 points, it is true love. If it exceeds 95 points, it is forever. Lin Chen was slightly stunned. He really didn't expect that Qin Yunfei's favorability towards him was negative. What's going on? I didn't provoke her. Fei Fei. Yi Ju's hand was burned just now. Lin Chen is so powerful. He just relied on acupuncture to heal her injury. Look, Liu Ruori said to Qin Yunfei. Qin Yunfei took a look and soon found that there was indeed ice on Yi Zhu's hand. It seemed that she had seen it wrong just now. She looked at Lin Chen again. Her eyebrows were clear and her appearance was sunny and clean. If you look closely, there is really the shadow of that man. Some memories of the past appeared. At this time, Qin Yunfei was abandoned in a family, and the man left without looking back. It was because of his actions at that time that Qin Yunfei's personality is now particularly withdrawn. She is somewhat resistant to contact with people. Ding! Qin Yunfei's favorability 5. Ding! Qin Yunfei's favorability 5. Tip: only when the favorability is positive will you get rewards, and the benefits of each point of favorability will not be superimposed. If their host previously received a reward through a favorability of 30, and the favorability drops to 25 for some reason, no rewards will be received before the favorability returns to 30. The system's prompt sound suddenly it sounded at this time. Lin Chen nodded slightly. It seems that the system still has some mechanisms. Otherwise, he could rely on this method to infinitely increase his favorability. But with the level of rewards given by the system, it seems that it is completely unnecessary to increase favorability. This situation is enough. You can get rewards by having physical contact with your sister, and you can also get rewards by increasing your favorability. The benefits are so good. Yunfei, this is Lin Chen. Liu Ruori said again. Yes. Qin Yunfei nodded, as if she didn't want to talk more. She walked directly to the dining table and picked up her bowl and chopsticks. Liu Ruori was a little helpless. She knew that Qin Yunfei's personality was like this, and her father's affairs were a shadow in her heart. She wanted her. It is not so easy to accept Lin Chen. My hand is healed, why don't you sit down and eat first? Yi Zhu said. Lin Chen nodded and sat at the dining table. At this time, the food was basically on the table. Aunt Mai saw that Yi Zhu's hand was fine, and took the medicine box back. At the table, Liu Ruori kept picking up dishes for Lin Chen, with a smile on her face. Yi Zhu next to her was a little dissatisfied. Sister, Lin Chen's bowl is almost full. Look at me, there is nothing in my bowl. Yi Zhu said that the elder sister used to take good care of her. Why is she completely doting on Lin Chen at this time? You eat too, your hand was injured just now, eat a chicken claw. Liu Ruori picked up a chicken claw for her a little helplessly. I don't want to eat chicken claws, I want to eat abalone. Yi Zhu said. Liu Ruori found a piece of abalone and put it in Yi Zhu's bowl. Yi Zhu had a happy smile on her face. Although she was over 20 years old, she usually stayed at home. So she looked like a little girl. Wow! As soon as she took a bite, Yi Zhu spit it out, and a bitter gourd color appeared on her face. There is ginger. Abalone itself needs to add some ginger to remove the fishy smell. Who told you not to look when you eat it yourself? Liu Ruori said helplessly. HMPH. Sister, you just don't love me anymore. You used to pick out the ginger. Yi Zhu snorted lightly, seeming a little unhappy. How could I not love you? Come and eat a piece of lobster. Liu Ruori had a good temper and met Yi Zhu's requests one by one. At this time, Yi Zhu had a smile on her face, as if what happened just now had not happened. Lin Chen looked at Yi Zhu. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he really wouldn't believe that Yi Zhu had such a side. The platinum writer of Feiqian Novel Network turned out to be a little girl who would act like a spoiled child. As expected, the minds of homegirls are more immature than those of ordinary people. The meal passed quickly. After the meal, Liu Ruori stood up and stretched, revealing her beautiful curves. Qin Yunfei didn't say a word during the meal. After the meal, she simply said hello and went upstairs. Liu Ruori and Yi Zhu were used to it. At this time, Liu Ruori stood up and said, Come on, Lin Chen, I'll take you to see your room. Chapter 9. Just over 20 million. Lin Chen nodded, and Liu Ruori walked upstairs. Lin Chen followed her. When Liu Ruori went upstairs, her perfect body curves made Lin Chen's mind move slightly. Liu Ruori is indeed a goddess-level existence. When they came to a bedroom on the second floor, Liu Ruori pointed inside. This will be your bedroom in the future. Take a look at how it is decorated inside. Liu Ruori had a smile on her face. It looked a bit mysterious. Lin Chen walked in and found that the decoration inside was actually in a bright light style. The curtains were European style. The toilet was right at the entrance of the room. The decoration inside revealed a kind of luxury. When Lin Chen walked in, he suddenly saw some flowers placed on the bed, and there was a wooden box in the middle. This box was very high-end, with a series of foreign languages on it, and the overall color was a dark wood. What is this? Lin Chen was puzzled. This is a gift for you. I don't know what you like, so I just arranged it simply. Open the box and take a look. Liu Ruori said with a smile. He found that there was a watch and a black card in the box. When Lin Chen picked up the watch, the treasure eye was activated instantly. This treasure eye can not only identify antiques, calligraphy and paintings, but also luxury goods. Lin Chen did not expect that the treasure eye would be triggered automatically. It was like there was knowledge in the mind. When you see something, the information automatically emerges. Vacheron Constantin Loft Artisan Series 9700C001 RB187 watch, domestic public price 20 million, watch diameter 47 mm, case material 18K5 and pink gold, decorated with hand-carved crocodile pattern. Lin Chen whispered softly. This is indeed a good watch, and such a watch is in short supply. Not everyone can buy it. Liu Ruori next to him looked at Lin Chen and was slightly stunned. His younger brother actually knows so much about watches. Before she gave Lin Chen this watch, she hesitated for a long time. She originally wanted to buy a watch worth over 100 million yuan, but she was afraid that Lin Chen didn't know much about watches. If she told Lin Chen the value of the watch directly, he would definitely not accept it, so she bought this watch for Lin Chen. It looked pretty good, but it was impossible to recognize it without a certain eye. Lin Chen, how do you know so much about watches? Liu Ruori asked curiously. I just saw this watch on the internet before. Lin Chen said with a slight smile. No wonder. I don't know what you like, so I bought it for you. If you don't like it, I'll buy you another one tomorrow. Liu Ruori said a little reservedly. She was decisive with other people, but she was a little at a loss with her family. No need. This watch is already very good, but it's too expensive. Lin Chen said. He looked at the watch in his hand and walked towards Liu Ruori. Sister, please keep this watch for me. I'm a clumsy person. If I break it, it won't be good. Lin Chen explained. What are you talking about? This watch is a gift from me. You have to take it no matter what. Liu Ruori said seriously. But. Lin Chen hesitated. It's only more than 20 million. The family is not short of this little money. If you don't take it, you don't treat me as a sister. Liu Ruori said seriously. Okay then. But what is this card? Lin Chen asked in confusion. He knew that this was Liu Ruori's intention, but the world of the rich is not what ordinary people can imagine. He worked hard and only earned a few thousand yuan a month. Liu Ruori could give away watches worth tens of millions of yuan casually, and she didn't care at all. This is a black card. You can spend it at will. The limit is about 10 million. Liu Ruori said. Lin Chen smacked his lips. She just gave away 30 million yuan. This sister of his is so inhumane. This is just a little gift from my sister. You must accept it. You have suffered a lot over the years. Liu Ruori said seriously. Lin Chen was a little touched. After he came to this world, he was alone, although the Travisers were more mature than ordinary people. But the feeling of being alone is really bad. Now he has a sister who loves him so much, and he is also very touched. At this moment, he really recognized Liu Ruori as his sister, but this sister's figure and appearance are really too good. When he saw Liu Ruori, his heart couldn't help but feel a little rhythm. Seeing that Lin Chen didn't speak, Liu Ruori also understood Lin Chen's thoughts. This boy had endured too much alone before. I must compensate him a lot when I have the chance in the future. Liu Ruori thought secretly in her heart, and at this time another system sound came. Ding! Liu Ruori's favorability +1, the host gets a perfect figure, and will automatically appear in 3 days. Lin Chen was slightly stunned. Why was he moved in his heart, and Liu Ruori's favorability towards him also increased? It seems that my sister is really good to me. Take a deep breath, and Lin Chen accepted these things. Rest in the room for a while. Are you going home to get something in the afternoon? You should wear this dress for a long time. How about I take you to buy some clothes in the afternoon? Liu Ruoyi asked. Okay. Lin Chen nodded slightly. I really need to go out, and this is Liu Ruoyi's intention, it is really hard to refuse. Chapter 10 Sea Blue is more suitable. After confirming the time, Liu Ruoyi turned and left. Lin Chen looked at the huge room. A mansion is a mansion. A bedroom is more than 40 square meters. The feeling of living is really different. Lin Chen tidied the room simply, but when he picked up the flowers, he found that there was a card on it. A line of beautiful fonts appeared on the card. I wish my brother to be more and more handsome and find a suitable partner as soon as possible. There is also a cute smiley face at the end. Lin Chen saw this card. If nothing unexpected happened, it should be written by Liu Ruoyi. This woman looked quite aloof, but she still cared about the people in the family. Putting away the cards and putting the flowers aside, Lin Chen stretched his waist and soon fell asleep on the bed. He was still working overtime yesterday and went to his girlfriend's house early this morning. He didn't expect this to happen. Now he was a little sleepy. Lying on the bed, 2 hours passed quickly. When Lin Chen opened his eyes, it was already 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now is the agreed time to go out. Standing up, Lin Chen simply packed his clothes. After thinking about it, he decided to upload Dupo in the evening. This novel can definitely make him a lot of money. Although his sister is not short of money, he has nothing and still feels a little uncomfortable. He walked outside. Liu Ruoyi told him before that he should knock on her door when the time comes, because she still has work to deal with and may not pay much attention to the time. Walking to the door, Lin Chen knocked on the door. A pleasant female voice sounded inside. Who is it? It's me, Lin Chen. Lin Chen said. You. The door is unlocked, come in, my zipper won't zip up, come and help me zip it up. Liu Ruoyi's voice came from inside. Lin Chen didn't think much, and opened the door directly. Liu Ruoyi changed into a new dress inside. It was a white short skirt with a half-open zipper on the back of Liu Ruoyi. She tried hard to zip it up, but she couldn't do it at all. Liu Ruoyi bought this dress last month. I don't know why the zipper couldn't be zipped up when she wore it today. Lin Chen looked at Liu Ruoyi. At this time, half of her shoulders were exposed, and her fair skin was like warm jade, which made people tremble slightly. This sister of his is really a beauty. He didn't say much and went forward to help Liu Ruoyi zip up her clothes. A system sound appeared again. Ding! Make physical contact with Liu Ruoyi and get a copy of the Blue Danube piano score. Lin Chen ignored the system sound and quickly zipped up Liu Ruoyi's clothes. After successfully zipping up, Liu Ruoyi breathed a sigh of relief. She was just worried about whether she had gained weight. Thanks. Fortunately you came in, otherwise I would have torn the clothes. Liu Ruoyi said with a smile. This dress should not be cheap. Lin Chen looked at the brand of the clothes. It was Louis, which is an international brand. Tens of thousands of yuan. I usually don't buy too cheap clothes. I'm ready here. Let's go out together later. Liu Ruoyi said. Lin Chen nodded, but just when he turned around, she suddenly found that there were 7 or 8 sexy underwear in Liu Ruoyi's closet. Liu Ruoyi opened the closet just now and forgot to close it. This time, all her private aspects were exposed in front of Lin Chen. If you have nothing to do, get out quickly. I'll be out soon. Liu Ruoyi blushed, even though she had a domineering personality. She felt a little shy when her brother saw these things. She was an extremely strong woman who wanted to be the best in everything. So in bed, she could also play a lot of tricks. But she didn't have a boyfriend yet, otherwise, she would definitely let that man experience what it meant to be ice and fire. She learned all these from books. Okay. Lin Chen was also a little embarrassed. He didn't expect to see his sister's secret. She walked out quickly. Liu Ruoyi exhaled lightly and quickly closed the closet. Lin Chen's eyes just now lingered in her mind. Patting her cheeks and tidying up the room, Liu Ruoyi walked out. Lin Chen was waiting for her at the stairs not far away. Her pretty face was slightly red when she saw Lin Chen. Lin Chen, you don't think your sister is that kind of woman, do you? She attaches great importance to the opinions of her family. What woman? Lin Chen was puzzled. The kind of woman who is very casual. Liu Ruori asked. How is it possible? Sister, you are so beautiful and have a good figure. If you are casual, you don't need those things at all. I think you should be a relatively strong person. Although you are eager to be conquered, you also want to suppress your partner in different fields, right? Lin Chen asked with a smile. How did you know? Liu Ruori was surprised. Lin Chen had already seen Liu Ruori's information through the system and naturally knew it. I guessed, but sister, that pink one doesn't suit you very well. The sea blue one is more suitable. Chapter 11 Monster Number 1. After hearing this, Liu Ruori's face suddenly turned red. How could this seemingly honest brother be so bad that he actually discussed this topic with her? However, she was still a little curious and couldn't help asking, what about the purple one? I've always liked that one. The purple one is not bad, but the sling is a little low. Men like to be half-hearted. It's best to be half-covered. Lin Chen explained. Liu Ruori nodded. Although she bought some sexy underwear, she didn't really wear it. She just wanted to use it when she met a man she liked in the future. Hearing Lin Chen's words, she understood a little bit in her heart. But looking at Lin Chen, she suddenly found that her brother was not simple. He actually knew so many things. But think about it. He's 23 years old. If he started dating in his teens, he probably knew more about that than her. After thinking for a while, Liu Ruori looked at Lin Chen. It's like this. Next time I choose these things, please help me with some ideas. Lin Chen was slightly stunned. He didn't expect Liu Ruori to really not treat him as an outsider. He was a boy. Liu Ruori was willing to let him choose such things for her. My elder sister is really a big-headed person. However, the underwear in Liu Ruori's closet appeared in my mind. What would it look like if Liu Ruori wore these things? Lin Chen shook his head, but he couldn't help but scan Liu Ruori's body. I met such a beautiful sister every day. I really can't resist it. Lin Chen nodded slightly, as if to express his permission, and then followed Liu Ruori downstairs. Aunt Mai walked towards this side, holding a car key in her hand. Miss. Aunt Mai handed the car key to Liu Ruori very respectfully. There are several cars in the villa to deal with different occasions. Every time Liu Ruori needs a car, she will tell Aunt Mai in advance. That's why Aunt Mai calculated the time and waited here early in the morning. Will you drive later? But it's a sports car, you should like it. Liu Ruori said with a smile. You can try it. Lin Chen smiled slightly. He took Liu Ruori's car key, which looked very unusual. Rich people are rich people. Everything is top-notch. No wonder it is said that the world of rich people is beyond the imagination of ordinary people. When I came to the garage, there were many luxury cars parked inside. Porsche, Ferrari, Lamborghini. Each one is a limited edition, worth more than 10 million. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, Lin Chen couldn't imagine that there would be people piling up 7 or 8 cars in the garage like piling up cabbages. Any car here would be jaw-dropping. When he walked to a sports car with a weird appearance, like a beast, Lin Chen pressed the car key. This is Apollo's, limited to 12 units worldwide, purely handmade. The price is more than 17 million, which is something you may not be able to buy even if you have money. When Lin Chen saw the car, his car god skills were instantly activated, and there was a faint smile in his eyes. It is said that beautiful cars and beautiful women. In the eyes of men, these are all dream-level things. Lin Chen has a beauty. He has 10 beautiful sisters. Although he just met them, they are still beautiful. He can also operate the sports car in front of him. It really fulfills a man's lifelong dream. Lin Chen was a little excited. He got in the car and Liu Ruori sat in the co-pilot. The seat of the sports car is very low, almost like sitting on the ground, ignition and gear shifting, almost in one go. Liu Ruori was a little surprised. She found that Lin Chen's driving skills were very skilled, and he seemed to know sports cars very well. You should know that the operation of Apollos is a little different from that of ordinary sports cars. It takes a while to understand it when you first get started, but Lin Chen has no problem in this regard. The skills of the car god are so powerful. Roar. Apollos roared and left the garage like a wild beast. Lin Chen did not slow down at all during the process. His speed kept increasing, and when he left the gate of the villa, Lin Chen stepped on the accelerator suddenly. Wow! The car rushed forward in an instant. Liu Ruori was shocked. She did not expect Lin Chen to drive so fiercely. Lin Chen, slow down, there is a car on the left. Liu Ruori said hurriedly. But what she did not expect was that Lin Chen's movements did not slow down at all, as if he did not take the car coming from the left seriously at all. Swish! A series of speed changes and brakes, Apollos actually took the lead in turning the corner, without touching the car on the left at all. It seemed that everything had been carefully calculated. Unless you are top driver, you can't drive so accurately. There was a hint of surprise in Liu Ruori's beautiful eyes. Her brother is really a treasure boy. Not only does the sound good, but his driving skills are absolutely amazing. He should be a top player in the world. For a moment, Liu Ruori couldn't see through Lin Chen. From the information, he should be just an ordinary person, but how can an ordinary person be so extraordinary? Chapter 12 Fashion Vision. Under Lin Chen's control, the journey that originally took more than half an hour was completed in less than 10 minutes. When the car stopped at the parking space on the side of the road, many people looked over here in an instant. This car itself is a sports car, with a loud engine, and it is extremely cool all the way. However, compared with this car, more people are concerned about what kind of car is driving this car. Lin Chen walked out of the car. A lot of eyes instantly focused on him. Now Lin Chen's appearance has improved to a certain extent compared to before, because according to the system's regulations, it will take 3 days to complete the evolution. Now that half a day has passed, the overall appearance will naturally increase a lot. The first day improved the appearance, the second day improved the temperament, and the third day improved the charm. Now Lin Chen's appearance has reached about 90 points, plus the luxury car. He is simply a tall, rich and handsome man in the eyes of all the beauties. What is even more surprising is that a top beauty walked out of the co-pilot of the car. Flowing long hair, a perfect white skirt, and perfect legs make people crazy. She wears a pair of sunglasses, and a royal sister's breath bursts out of her. Some men with weak minds will have a feeling of wanting to worship when they see such a woman. Oh my God! I always saw how beautiful girls were in books before, but I didn't feel anything in my heart. Today I really understand that there is a kind of beauty that can suffocate people. So beautiful, more beautiful than a star. Such a beauty sitting in the co-pilot, no wonder that man can drive such a good car. There is no beauty in the world, and it is pleasing to the eyes. The beauty of the country is amazing. I have understood the poems of Mr. Xu back then. It's a pity that such a woman already has a boyfriend. And he's still a little milk dog. Many people are talking about it. Today's society is no longer as pure as it used to be. Seeing the beautiful car and the beauty, it is natural and instinctive to think that Liu Ruori is Lin Chen's girlfriend. Liu Ruori didn't avoid Lin Chen at all. When Lin Chen walked towards her, she took the initiative to hold his arm. They looked very intimate. After all, he was her brother. Isn't it normal to hold hands when walking on the street? Another point is that Lin Chen drove too fast just now, and she was a little unaccustomed. Feeling the gazes of some animals around him, Lin Chen didn't care. He was not a thin-skinned person. In addition, the innocent are innocent. There was nothing between him and Liu Ruori. It was just that the feeling of being envied was really good. The two walked all their way into the mall, and there were many eyes on them. After all, such a handsome brother and such a beautiful woman were rare on the street. When they came to a store, Liu Ruori took Lin Chen in directly. This was a store specializing in men's clothing. Welcome. The waiter at the door smiled at Lin Chen and Liu Ruori. Although her professional quality was very high, she was still amazed by the appearance of these two people. Both of them looked very good, and such handsome men and beautiful women are rare. Welcome to Anima, what kind of clothes do you like? The waiter asked politely. Liu Ruori looked at Lin Chen, then took him to a pile of clothes and simply found a few sets and put them in front of Lin Chen. Lin Chen looked and found a set that suited him to try on. When he walked into the fitting room, Lin Chen received the system reward he got when Liu Ruori held his arm. Because they were on the street before, there were too many eyes around, so it was not easy for Lin Chen to receive it. Ding! The host and Liu Ruori have physical contact and gain master-level fashion taste. In an instant, Lin Chen's understanding of various popular elements instantly reached a proficient level. He was very proficient in luxury brands that he didn't know before, as well as current popular elements. Took a look at the clothes in his hand. Lin Chen suddenly felt that the clothes didn't match him a little. Because his vision was very ordinary before, he didn't know what kind of clothes were suitable for him at all. Now that he has this master-level fashion taste, his view on clothes is naturally different. He didn't try it on, and walked out of the fitting room directly. What's wrong? Don't you want to try it on? Liu Ruori asked curiously. She just saw Lin Chen had chosen clothes, and thought Lin Chen would try them on. To be honest, she was not very satisfied with the set Lin Chen just chose, but she had nothing to say about buying clothes for him. In addition, a person's vision for choosing clothes is actually related to his personality and experience. Mature people will unconsciously become more mature when they dress. People with childish personalities will like to wear more youthful clothes. As for some low-liter control and queen fans, they are even more representative of personality. Lin Chen used to buy clothes worth hundreds of yuan. When he came to this brand-level clothing store, he naturally didn't know what clothes were suitable for him. But Lin Chen is different now. It doesn't seem to be very suitable. I'm picking a few pieces. Lin Feng smiled slightly. Then he found a few suitable clothes from the hanger, turned around and walked into the fitting room. After about 7 or 8 minutes, Lin Chen put on the clothes he had chosen and slowly walked out of the fitting room. In an instant, all the eyes in the store were on him. Chapter 13. Better looking than young meat. After Lin Chen walked out, all the eyes in the store were on him. Handsome. It was simply too handsome. Lin Chen was wearing a white suit and a tan tie. He had a good figure, with a slightly raised chest. He was wearing a pair of light white trousers and the shoes on his feet had not been changed. But the feeling he gave was completely different from before. Just now, Lin Chen was just a handsome rich second generation who made people unable to take their eyes off him. Now, Lin Chen was like a stylish man with taste, good looks, and a good understanding of life. The difference between the two was definitely extraordinary. Oh my god! This guy is so handsome. Yes. I have received so many customers, but this is the first time I have seen someone who can wear clothes like a model. So handsome. So handsome that I am intoxicated. The waiters in the store were whispering, and when they looked at Lin Chen, their eyes were full of stars, but they all knew that such a person was not simple. Definitely not worthy of them. Liu Ruori was also slightly stunned. She originally thought that Lin Chen did not know much about dressing, but now it seems that Lin Chen knows a lot about these. Just picked a set of clothes, giving people the feeling of a prince. I didn't see it. You are much better looking than the young handsome guys. Liu Ruori said in admiration. Not bad. I just picked some that I like. Lin Chen smiled. Not bad. Liu Ruori gave a thumbs up. And which pair of shoes do you want to wear? Liu Ruori changed the subject and asked when she saw the shoes on Lin Chen's feet. Let me take a look. Lin Chen said. He walked to the side, where there were shoes for sale. Soon Lin Chen saw more than a dozen pairs of shoes. Lin Chen picked a pair soon and changed his shoes. At that moment, Lin Chen's temperament improved a lot compared to before. Now his outfit is perfect. It makes Lin Chen's height and appearance stand out. Lin Chen, do you have a watch? Liu Ruori asked Lin Chen. Yes. Lin Chen nodded. Put on your watch, and I'll take a picture of you. Liu Ruori found that Lin Chen changed his clothes, like a different person. Her brother can be so stylish and handsome. If he was not her brother, she would really like to make friends with Lin Chen. But just friends, because her standards are very high. If you want to be her boyfriend or girlfriend, you must be better than her in all aspects. Lin Chen nodded and put the watch on his hand. This time, Lin Chen's temperament was improved a lot. When the waiters around looked at Lin Chen, the little stars in their eyes turned into hearts. In their eyes, Lin Chen was simply a perfect male god. Because they work in such a place, they are very familiar with luxury goods. Lin Chen's watch is a limited edition famous watch, worth over 10 million. Such a person is not only rich, but also handsome, and more importantly, his taste is so high. It's really attractive. After taking a simple photo, Liu Ruori opened her circle of friends and sent the photo directly, followed by a paragraph of text: perfect clothing, good looks, the male god in the urban drama. After this circle of friends was sent out, several people immediately liked it. You know, this is Liu Ruoyi's circle of friends. She is a well-known female entrepreneur in Moorhai City. No one who adds her is ordinary. Even bosses worth over 100 million are not qualified. So this photo of Lin Chen attracted a lot of attention in an instant. Is this Mr. Liu's boyfriend? He's a rare talent. What a handsome little brother. How can he be so handsome? Not bad, not bad. If such a young man can debut, he will definitely be the idol of countless little fans. Congratulations to Mr. Liu. You found a boyfriend. So handsome. Mr. Liu is so lucky. Originally, Liu Ruoyi simply sent Lin Chen's photo because she felt that Lin Chen was quite handsome, more handsome than many people she had seen. But she didn't expect that everyone in the circle of friends would misunderstand her. Originally, Liu Ruoyi wanted to explain. But after thinking about it, she decided not to explain. Usually, there are always some flies around her, so she just used Lin Chen's photo to block them. Putting away her phone, Liu Ruoyi originally wanted to pay the bill, but Lin Chen had already taken a lot of Liu Ruoyi's things today, and it was a bit embarrassing to ask her to pay. So she quickly snatched it and said she would pay for it herself. Liu Ruoyi didn't stop her. After all, the money Lin Chen spent was also given by her. It's no big deal. After swiping the card, Lin Chen followed Liu Ruoyi out of the men's clothing store. Although he paid, the card was given by Liu Ruoyi. For some reason, Lin Chen felt like a gigolo. His sister was too strong. In comparison, there was not even 1,000 yuan in his bank card. Make money. Must make money. No matter what, he must not be supported by his sister. He must be able to crush these sisters in all aspects. Only in this way can he conquer these people. After visiting several shops with Liu Ruoyi in succession. At this moment, Lin Chen just found out what a rich person is. Liu Ruoyi is a rich person, and she is also a rich person without humanity. At first, she just helped Lin Chen buy some things, but later, she found some clothes or daily necessities that were not easy to choose, and she actually booked the store directly. Have you seen the kind of person who buys tens of thousands of yuan of luxury goods in large quantities like scrap metal with a wave of his hand? Today, Lin Chen saw it. Chapter 14 Company Affairs. I originally thought that shopping with a woman would be a tiring thing. But when shopping with Liu Ruoyi, Lin Chen found it was not just easy, because if he saw something he liked, he would buy it directly without any hesitation. There were too many things, so he asked her to send them home directly. In some stores, he bought a few pieces before holding them in his hands. But after 2 or 3 hours, the two of them also took a lot of people's things and walked out of the mall with big and small bags. I haven't been to the mall for a long time. This kind of shopping feels really good. Liu Ruoyi seemed to be in a good mood and said happily to Lin Chen. Indeed. Lin Chen nodded slightly. He also found that it felt good to spend money recklessly. The two were quite happy today, and Lin Chen also understood more and more that the world of rich people was really cool. He and Liu Ruoyi walked all the way outside, but at this time Liu Ruoyi's phone suddenly rang. She took out the phone with some effort and found that it was her secretary who called. Under normal circumstances, her secretary would not contact her at this time. So Liu Ruoyi felt a little strange in her heart. She put the things down and connected the phone. At this time, the secretary on the other end of the phone said a few simple words to Liu Ruoyi. For a moment, Liu Ruoyi's face looked a little ugly. She had originally wanted to use Lin Chen's photo to post a circle of friends to block some flies. Unexpectedly, the flies were not driven away, and they also brought some trouble. She hung up the phone directly. These old antiques really treat me as a slave day by day, and they don't even look at who owns Qianxin Group. There was a trace of anger on Liu Ruoyi's face. She picked up the things directly. Lin Chen, I'm sorry today, there is something at the company, I need to go back to deal with it, otherwise let's just shop here today. Okay. Although I don't know what happened, from Liu Ruoyi's face, it seems that something may have happened. Lin Chen didn't stop it. The two walked outside. Originally, they were shopping, but because Liu Ruoyi had something to do, the two walked a little fast. Both of them were carrying things in their hands, but for Lin Chen, it didn't matter. Because he had enough physical strength, such a small amount of things would not make him feel tired at all. But Liu Ruoyi was carrying some things, wearing high heels, and walking fast, so the result was different. Just when she walked out of the mall gate and wanted to go down the stairs, because Liu Ruori walked more firmly, the sole of her high heels happened to be stuck in the gap. Liu Ruori's ankle tilted, and the whole person lost balance, and she was about to fall. Lin Chen's face changed slightly when he saw this scene, but he was a man with god-level fighting skills. When he saw this scene, his body quickly reacted. Almost instantly blocked in front of Liu Ruori. Liu Ruori, who originally thought she would fall to the ground, suddenly felt her body thrown into a warm embrace. Ding! The host and Liu Ruori have physical contact and obtain natural body fragrance. A system sound sounded instantly. Lin Chen was a little surprised. Natural body fragrance? What does a man need natural body fragrance for? But now he has no time to pay attention to the system in his mind. He threw the things on the ground with both hands, straightened Liu Ruori's body, and asked gently, "Are you okay?" Liu Ruori looked at Lin Chen. She didn't know why she felt that Lin Chen was really handsome from this angle. He exuded a kind of masculine charm, and there was a faint fragrance at the tip of her nose. Such a fragrance makes people feel fascinated. Liu Ruori's mind was rippled at this moment. But she quickly came back to her senses. After all, she is a female president. It is impossible for her to fall completely because of this matter. She looked at Lin Chen with a little restraint. "It's okay. I walked too fast just now, and my ankle twisted. Let's go back first." Liu Ruori seemed a little embarrassed. Because she admitted that she was a little moved just now. But this is her brother, how can she think like this? Liu Ruori tried her best to restrain her thoughts. In addition, she found that Lin Chen seemed to be more handsome than before. His appearance was 90 points before, which was already a male god-level appearance. But after a few hours, Lin Chen's appearance increased again and now reached 94. If nothing unexpected happens, at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, his appearance will reach 99, which is also the system's default full score. After all, everyone's face will have some small flaws. Things that are too perfect, on the contrary, have no personality of their own, and will not be too popular. So the appearance of 99 points is the best. It is also the most attractive. Therefore, it is completely reasonable that Lin Chen made Liu Ruori's heart beat just now. However, Liu Ruori has strong self-control, and this idea was immediately pinched down as soon as it emerged. It is definitely not that easy to conquer such a woman. Ding! The host gains Liu Ruori's favorability +1 and obtains god-level hacking technology. Chapter 15 Uninvited Guests. Lin Chen didn't expect that he actually gained a little favorability again. The speed of brushing up the favorability is actually quite fast. If nothing unexpected happens, he should be not far from 75 points of favorability. And reaching 85 points or more is true love. So more than 75 points is actually equivalent to a couple. This process will not take long at the current speed. When the two came to the car, Liu Ruori's face was still a little red, and her heart was confused, because this was the first time she had felt moved by a man in her life for so many years. But this is her brother. No thoughts. Don't have any thoughts. The president of the trillion level is really powerful, even his own thoughts can be forcibly suppressed. But Lin Chen left an impression in her heart, which is inevitable. Because Liu Ruori had something to do, Lin Chen didn't think much after getting in the car. He controlled the car and returned home in less than 10 minutes. At this time, there were a lot of things placed on the sofa in the villa. Many of them were sent by Liu Ruori when she booked the store just now. Because the distance is relatively close and they are serving local tyrants, they naturally sent them over as soon as possible. Liu Ruori had a headache when she saw the things on the sofa. She didn't feel that she bought much before, but she found that she bought too much after she got home. Lin Chen saw the hill on the sofa, and his face was a little helpless. He had some mental preparation before, and reminded Liu Ruori, but Liu Ruori didn't care at all, which made him helpless. After buying so many things, it is estimated that he has enough toiletries and underwear for a year. Sister, you bought too much, and you are partial. You didn't buy me so extravagantly before. Yi Ju jumped out from behind the hill at this time, holding something in her hand, and said to Liu Ruori with some dissatisfaction. I didn't pay attention at the time, and it was my first time going shopping with Lin Chen, so I accidentally bought a little more. Liu Ruori said embarrassedly, but her eyes soon noticed the things in Yi Ju's hand, and her face flushed immediately. Yi Ju, why are you holding the underwear I bought for Lin Chen? At this time, Yi Ju also suddenly realized that what she was holding in her hand was men's underwear. It was indeed a bit bad for a girl to grab a boy's underwear. Her pretty face turned red and she quickly threw it away. What? I just took a look, so I picked it up. No. Suddenly at this time, Yi Ju suddenly realized that there was a reason why she picked up the underwear just now. Sister, it's obviously your problem. My problem? What's wrong with me? Liu Ruori was a little strange. Look. You actually bought couple underwear. Isn't this something you bought for Lin Chen? Why did you buy couple underwear? Could it be? Yi Ju's pair of small eyes scanned Liu Ruori and Lin Chen. At this time, her eyes just found that Lin Chen standing next to her was simply handsome. Oh my god. Why didn't she realize that Lin Chen was so handsome before? When she first noticed the two of them coming back, she just wanted to blame Liu Ruori. Because her monthly pocket money was only a few $100,000, plus she earned a few $100,000 from writing books, so her annual expenses were at most 10 million. But Liu Ruori took Lin Chen out to buy something and spent several million. This naturally made her feel a little unbalanced. You know, Liu Ruori would not give her such expensive things. You need to talk hard to get perfume worth tens of thousands of dollars. But she didn't expect that Liu Ruori was afraid that she would spend money lavishly, so she restricted her. After all, Yi Ju's income was also quite high, but he liked to spend money everywhere every year, and the huge amount of royalties he earned and the pocket money he gave were all used up by her. That's why Liu Ruori would warn her a few words when she had nothing to do. When Liu Ruori saw the couple's underwear in Yi Ju's hand, she slapped her head suddenly. When she took Lin Chen out to buy things, they were all bought in a package store. How could she think so much? She didn't pay attention to this set of underwear at the time, but she didn't expect to buy it back at once. It is indeed a couple's style. For a moment, Liu Ruori felt a little embarrassed, and the feeling of excitement just now came back. Although she can control her thoughts, it does not mean that she can control her emotions. It is true that she has a good impression and excitement on Lin Chen. Now that this misunderstanding has occurred, she does not feel embarrassed, but a little embarrassed and shy. I was in a hurry to buy it at the beginning, so I bought it casually. Besides, underwear is something that no one sees when you wear it on your body, so what's the big deal? Otherwise, you can take the women's style back and wear it. It happens to be your favorite brand. Liu Ruori said disapprovingly. But as soon as she said this, she felt weird. As an older sister, she actually let the seventh sister and Lin Chen wear couple underwear. This seems a bit ambiguous. Chapter 16 Billionaire CEO falls in love. Yi Ju's face suddenly turned red, and he felt embarrassed when he looked at Liu Ruori. How could she wear such underwear with Lin Chen? Dream on. She was still a virgin, and she could only wear it with her husband after she got married. What are you talking about? I don't want to, you can wear it if you want. Yi Ju said with a red face. Liu Ruori also felt a little embarrassed. She was usually very serious and couldn't joke at all at work. Why did she say such nonsense today? I was just joking, don't take it seriously, it won't cost much anyway, leave the men's to Lin Chen, and the women's to me, I'll take it and throw it away. Liu Ruori said. Yi Ju nodded and threw their women's to Liu Ruori. Liu Ruori felt a little embarrassed holding it in her hand, but she thought of the phone call from the secret technique before. I have something else to do here. Lin Chen, you take care of it and see if it can be used. If not, give it to Aunt Mai. She has a daughter and a son who are still in college. These things are all new, they should be able to use them. Liu Ruori said to Lin Chen. Lin Chen nodded slightly. When Liu Ruori answered the phone just now, she seemed to have encountered some trouble, so she hurried back. Now that there was something to do, Lin Chen would naturally not stop her. You stay here and help him. Liu Ruori said to Yi Ju. I still have to write a manuscript later. Yi Ju said coquettishly. You can write a manuscript anytime, but you can't take care of your brother. Liu Ruori snorted, then took the women's underwear and walked upstairs. Perhaps she had forgotten that she was holding a pair of couple underwear. Her little mouth slightly shrank, and when she looked at Lin Chen, her eyes were a little helpless. But she still stayed to help Lin Chen clean up. They did buy a lot of things. Roughly speaking, there were hundreds of them. It includes toiletries, clothes and shoes, men's bags, etc. Lin Chen came over with a smile on his face, looked at Yiju and said, "Thank you for your hard work, sister. It's okay. It's just something that comes naturally, but I haven't been shopping with my elder sister for a long time. She cares about you very much, so you should be nicer to her in the future." Yiju said to Lin Chen, and while saying that, she also folded a piece of clothing for Lin Chen. "Yeah." Lin Chen nodded. Apart from Liu Ruori's appearance and figure, she is indeed the first person who makes Lin Chen feel the warmth of family. Just for this reason alone, Lin Chen will protect her for the rest of his life. "By the way, what happened when you were shopping today? Why is my sister so anxious?" Yiju asked curiously. In her impression, although my sister is very busy, she will plan everything. She had planned to go shopping with Lin Chen today. Under normal circumstances, there would be no reason for her to come back early. "I don't know. It seems to be something about the company. My sister called them old antiques at that time." Lin Chen thought for a while and answered. "Oh. Those old guys again." Yiju shook his head slightly. "What's wrong?" Lin Chen was puzzled. "It's because my sister gave away some of her shares in order to develop the company's industry on a large scale. So in the company's shareholders meeting, there are some veteran-level figures who think they are the company's heroes. Sometimes they will contradict my sister, and they are more strict with my sister in all aspects. This kind of thing happened today. It should be a problem with the circle of friends." Yiju explained to Lin Chen. "Circle of friends? What circle of friends?" Lin Chen was puzzled. "Didn't you add my sister on WeChat?" Yiju asked. "I added it. But I don't have time to read it." Lin Chen explained. Yiju nodded, took out his mobile phone casually, and then flipped through the circle of friends that Liu Ruori posted in the afternoon. It was a photo of him trying on clothes at Anima, looking handsome, with a caption of praise on it, but when he saw some comments at the bottom, Lin Chen was a little vomiting blood. It seems that some people have misunderstood the relationship between him and his elder sister, but his elder sister did not seem to explain. These comments cannot be seen by using Lin Chen's WeChat, and only the seventh sister and some people are mutual friends. One of the girls named Little Fairy was extremely blatant in teasing. TSK, she hasn't been in a relationship for more than 20 years, and when she is in a relationship, she is a little milk dog. Don't squeeze her dry when the time comes." Noticing Lin Chen's gaze, Yiju explained. "She is my elder sister's college roommate. She came to our house several times before. Now she is studying in Singapore. She was very nice to me at that time, but she always liked to pinch my face, so I added WeChat." Lin Chen nodded. He didn't understand why Liu Ruori didn't explain. Is she using him as a shield? In this way, those stubborn old antiques will indeed cause trouble for Liu Ruori. Because the billionaire president is in love. This is a big news. Who is this other half? The shareholders of the company will naturally pay attention to it. Chapter 17, Your Own Business. However, it is not easy for Lin Chen to deal with this matter. After all, he does not know much about business. Liu Ruori can open such a big company. She should have her own means. At this time, Yiju looked at Lin Chen with a bit of suspicion on her face. At this time, Lin Chen was packing up. But what Lin Chen did not expect was that Yiju's eyes were getting closer and closer, until he stopped when he was only 10 centimeters away from Lin Chen's face. The warm breath fell on the skin on Lin Chen's face, making Lin Chen feel a little itchy. It was a bit strange. Lin Chen turned his head and looked at Yiju. When he saw Yiju's beautiful face close at hand, Lin Chen was startled. "Sister, what are you doing?" Lin Chen really didn't expect Yiju to do such a bold move. "You're a little weird." Yiju stared at Lin Chen with his eyes piercing, and said very seriously. "What's weird? There's nothing weird about me." Lin Chen said in confusion. "Strange and handsome," Yiju said with a smile. Lin Chen was helpless. This sister really didn't dare to play by the rules, but he did look much more handsome than before. However, Lin Chen didn't expect Yiju to be so interested in him. Lin Chen didn't even know that Yiju was a homegirl, and she liked fantasy. The male protagonists under her name were all good-looking and had nice voices. For someone like Lin Chen, she felt like she had met the male protagonist in a novel. However, the male protagonists in her novels were all very capable, and the current Lin Chen didn't seem to have revealed his strength in this regard. So she was a little curious about Lin Chen, but not to the extent of liking him. If you want a otaku to like you need to have something to admire besides your looks, which is also Yiju's character. Do you have to be so good at flirting? Lin Chen said jokingly. I'm serious. I just thought you had a nice voice before, but when you came back just now, you changed your clothes and I felt you were so handsome. You can be said to be my ideal male lead. How about it, are you interested? I'll ask the comic adaptation studio to draw a model of the male lead with your image. I think it will be very popular. Yiju asked Lin Chen with a smile. As a platinum writer, novels adapted into comics, film and television dramas are basically routine operations. That's why she knows many comic adaptation studios, and there is no problem with Lin Chen's image. Forget it. I don't have the idea of being a model. Lin Chen said with a smile. Then what industry do you want to work in? You are already 23 years old now, and you need to have your own career. Yiju looked at Lin Chen and said seriously. A boy like ours, this is not very good. I already have an idea in my mind. Lin Chen smiled slightly. If I tell Yiju that I want to write Dupo, I wonder how surprised she will be. This novel was a leading work that influenced male-oriented novels for several years. If Lin Chen writes it, it will be no problem to make tens of millions, or even hundreds of millions. And this is only the first day that Lin Chen has obtained the system. It is uncertain what kind of person he will become in the future. Mysterious, I tell you, don't do anything shameful. Our family style is very strict. Your eldest sister is also very strict in controlling these things. Yiju said seriously. Sister, do you think I am such a person? In addition, my family is so rich, do I need to do that kind of thing? Lin Chen said helplessly. Yiju nodded slightly. It was true. With Lin Chen's identity, he didn't need to do such a thing at all. But she was still a little curious about what industry Lin Chen wanted to develop. It would be great if this guy could write. It would be best if he could become a top male writer, that would be perfect. Yiju thought secretly in his heart. Writers in the same field would appreciate each other. Although Yiju is a writer, there are too few people in his family who read novels. Sometimes it is difficult to find someone to communicate with. If Lin Chen has ideas in this regard, it would be great. And if Lin Chen can also become a top writer, she will definitely fall in love with Lin Chen in a second. A handsome, rich, and pleasant-voiced male writer is exciting to think about. If Lin Chen knew her thoughts, he would probably feel that his approach was right at the first time. This sister of his would probably be conquered by him in a few minutes. Hey! The clothes have been folded, I still have things to do, so, you do it yourself. Yiju came back from his fantasy and found that he was drooling a little. He quickly covered it up and said to Lin Chen. Fantasy is fantasy after all. It should be difficult for Lin Chen to become a writer. After all, there are still only a few people who like writing, and there are also only a few people who like reading books frequently. Otherwise, why are writers never as famous as stars? People prefer gossip news, movies, dramas, and the like. It is already amazing to have several well-known writers in a city, let alone in a family. Chapter 18, Fighting Breaks Fear, uploaded. Lin Chen naturally didn't care about Yiju's thoughts, but when Yiju was about to leave, a system voice rang out. Ding! The host gains Yiju's favorability +1, and obtains the popular music, Rice Fragrance. When Lin Chen heard the system voice, he didn't care, because compared to the reward he had received before, a song was nothing. After putting the things he needed back in his room, Aunt Mai and several servants came to help. Soon, everything Lin Chen wanted was packed. As for the couple's underwear, Lin Chen also put it away. A pair of underwear cost more than 7,000 yuan, it would be a pity to throw it away. But the women's one has been thrown away by my eldest sister. If that one was worn by my elder sister, you can imagine the scene. Such couple clothes are still extremely attractive. After stretching his waist, Lin Chen clicked on the system interface as there was still some time before dinner. He had gained a lot of benefits throughout the day. However, there were some things he didn't care about, so Lin Chen also wanted to see how much he had changed compared to before. Name, Lin Chen. Charm value, 96. I am in the process of shaping the perfect male god and perfect body, which will gradually increase. Strength, 99. Normal person has 10 points. Intelligence, 18 normal person has 10 points. Agility, 99 points normal person, 10 points. Possessing abilities, God-level voice, God-level driving skills, God-level massage skills, super fighting skills, master cooking skills, treasure appraising eyes, master-level fashion taste, natural body fragrance, God-level hacking skills. Owned items, fighting break sphere book, rice fragrance music, blue Danube piano score. Such attributes are completely different from before, and for a moment, Lin Chen is full of confidence in his future. While thinking in his mind, Lin Chen retrieved the personal information of several sisters. After a day, their attitude towards Lin Chen has changed a lot. Name, Liu Ruori. Age, 29. Appearance, 96 points. Identity, female CEO of Chenshin Group, with assets of hundreds of billions. Personality, cold on the outside but warm on the inside, sensitive, overbearing, and intelligent. Weaknesses, soft-hearted, eager to be conquered, extremely considerate to family members. Even a strong woman is still just a woman after all. Favorability, 63 points. The highest level of affection between a brother and a sister is 75 points. If it exceeds 75 points, they may become lovers. If it exceeds 85 points, it is true love. If it exceeds 95 points, it is love until death. Name, Yi Ju. Age, 26. Favorability, 32 points. The highest level of affection between a brother and a sister is 75 points. If it exceeds 75 points, they may become lovers. If it exceeds 85 points, it is true love. If it exceeds 95 points, it is love until death. Name, Qin Yunfei. Age, 29. Favorability, 20 points. The highest level of affection between a brother and a sister is 75 points. If it exceeds 75 points, they may become lovers. If it exceeds 85 points, it is true love. If it exceeds 95 points, it is love until death. When seeing these favorabilities, Lin Chen felt it was quite normal. After all, it's not so easy to gain favor. He increased Liu Ruori's favorability by 3 points in one day, which was not an easy thing to do. After all, if they were not siblings, it would be difficult to just get in touch with a strong woman like her. And this is just the beginning. Lin Chen does not think that his relationship with Liu Ruori will remain unchanged in the future. It is not even impossible that there will be explosive growth someday in the future. What makes Lin Chen a little helpless is that Qin Yunfei's favorability is still 20 so far, and he doesn't know how he has offended her. She actually dislikes herself so much. But Lin Chen didn't care. After all roads lead to Rome. You still need to eat food one bite at a time. Sitting in front of the computer in the room, Lin Chen turned on the computer. Because he knew God-level hacking techniques, there were no secrets at all in front of Lin Chen on the computer. However, Lin Chen did not decrypt any website or use this technology to understand international information. He just changed the computer's firewall and set up some programs. In this way, even if he does not install any antivirus software, his computer is still very safe, and the computer will automatically delete irrelevant information. The running speed is also greatly accelerated. God-level hacking skills are indeed amazing. After briefly browsing a few web pages, Lin Chen opened Feiqian Novel Network, registered an account on it, and clicked on Dupo in the system. Lin Chen directly chose to upload. The first time he uploaded, Lin Chen uploaded a total of 15 chapters. In the first 15 chapters of the book, this is indeed a werewolf. Because many authors only publish 2 or 3 chapters at a time. Even for authors like Yi Ju, when they start a new book, they only publish 5 chapters on the first day, and then update 3 to 4 chapters every day. Lin Chen is different. He doesn't have to worry about the millions of words stored in his mind. Moreover, he could fully predict what kind of results this book would achieve on Feiqian Novel Network. Fighting Spirit Stage 3. Seeing that everything was ready, Lin Chen photoshopped a cover for himself and then closed the webpage directly. But after this book was uploaded, some new readers noticed it at the first moment. Chapter 19, 1 Million Reward. Zhu Dao is an old bookworm and has been reading novels on Feiqian Novel Network for more than 10 years. He had just finished watching the works of several great artists and felt very bored because there were too many similar works on the website. He hasn't seen any outstanding works. With a bored thought in mind, he clicked on the new books to be added to the library, where there were many newly released books. While scanning the new books, Zhu Dao was slightly stunned, because he found that a work called Fighting Breaksphere had uploaded 15 chapters, a total of more than 40,000 words. You should know that a book with tens of thousands of words can be put on the Feiqian Novel Network, and this book has more than 40,000 words. The author is indeed a ruthless person. Moreover, the cover of this book is also very beautiful, and it is obvious that it was made by a master. It gives people a feeling of aloofness. Without any hesitation, Zhu Dao opened the book directly. The third stage of fighting spirit. What kind of start is this? Zhu Dao was slightly stunned. It seemed to be different from many works on Feiqian Novel Network. He continued to read patiently. When he saw that the protagonist was originally a genius but turned into a waste, he felt a little angry. This guy is so miserable. However, if he has a strong character, there may be a chance of a turnaround. Later, Yao Lao appeared, and the protagonist's life seemed to have some changes. But what Zhu Dao didn't expect was that there would be a plot of breaking off the engagement next. This scene directly aroused Zhu Dao's emotions, and his eyes were a little red. Abuse. It's so cruel. Moreover, it is the kind of torture that is extremely immersive. For a moment, Zhu Dao is very much looking forward to the next plot, how the protagonist will improve his strength and how he will fulfill the 3-year agreement. But after he read a few more chapters, he found that it was gone. Zhu Dao felt a little itchy at this moment. He has been reading books for more than 10 years, from martial arts to fantasy. It is rare for him to come across such a good book. He read 15 chapters in one go and still felt unsatisfied. Moreover, the author's writing style is really good, and the rendering of emotions is just right. Without any hesitation, Zhu Dao clicked to reward. Zhu Shuidao gave 1 million VIP points to Fights Breaksphere. All of a sudden, an announcement appeared on the entire novel platform. Zhu Dao is not a man who is short of money. He has gold alliances under several of his books and spends millions on reading novels every year without blinking an eye. The world of the rich is so capricious. The reason why Zhu Dao did this was because he was afraid that the author would become a eunuch. The authors of Feiqian Novel Network are rather impetuous. They will stop writing if they disagree with something. If they receive huge rewards, they will continue to update no matter what you say. So Zhu Dao is looking forward to the next plot. This book is very attractive in itself. Their hatred is perfectly drawn in the first dozen chapters, which is why it later became a textbook for beginners in fantasy-themed literature on wireless websites. After this book was released, many readers clicked in and left messages after reading it. However, after Zhu Dao's reward, the exposure of the entire book instantly increased. Zhu Shutrotao, the local tyrant, gave me a reward again. Is Battle Through the Heavens the new book written by some great writer? It doesn't seem so, but the rich man's reward must be worth seeing. Let's go and take a look. It's only 40,000 words and already there's a tycoon giving rewards, and it's Zhu Shuidao. Who is the author of this book? Could it be a great writer wearing a pseudonym? Have a look. Many readers opened this book out of curiosity, but when they saw the content, they were instantly attracted to the book. Because the online literature in this world is not as advanced as that in the previous world, the strength of the entire online literature should have remained at the level of the early 2000s, and many excellent works have not appeared. When the book, Fights Breaksphere, appeared, it naturally surprised many people. All of a sudden, recommendation votes and comments appeared like crazy. The collection of this book is also constantly growing. Yi Zhu sat in front of the computer and thought for more than an hour before finishing today's update. Writing a novel is too tiring. Basically, every writer who has written a novel knows that it needs to be updated every day, and sometimes in order to write a good plot, they often stay up until 2 or 3 in the morning. Yi Zhu is also one of the best among them. Although her eldest sister is rich, she doesn't want to be of ours. Moreover, she has signed a contract with the website and is required to write a certain number of words every year. That is why Yi Zhu needs to spend a lot of time writing every day. Fortunately, she likes this industry. Although she feels hard work sometimes, she feels very happy when she sees the comments from readers. Just when Yi Zhu exited the author's backstage and was about to find some books to read, a reward announcement suddenly appeared in front of her. Zhu Shuidao gave 1 million VIP points to Fights Breaksphere. This guy gave another reward. I have never heard of this book in Fights Breaksphere. Could it be that some big shot has started a new book? Yi Ju thought to himself. As a platinum writer, she naturally knows the wealthy people on the website, and Zhu Shutrotao is one of them. It seemed like he had a mine at home. Anyway, he had rewarded many books written by great writers. Now he was rewarding a book that he had never seen before. Yi Ju was naturally curious. As a platinum author, he is also a book lover himself. She reads not only books for women, but also books for men. Chapter 20, A Miserable Person. Half an hour after opening the book, Yi Ju finally came out of the world inside the book. Nice. It's really beautiful. For a writer, Fights Break Sphere is definitely a textbook-level book. Whether it is the way of arousing hatred or the creative worldview, it is refreshing. More importantly, it actually deleted the magic system, making the whole thing look much simpler and cleaner. Basically everything is done for the readers to like. After reading this book, Yi Ju felt a little itchy in his heart, because this book is really so good. Moreover, they are all writers, and they naturally have a liking for excellent writers. I don't know what the writer of this book looks like. If he is also a handsome young man, that would be perfect. Lin Chen's figure appeared in Yi Ju's mind. Because Lin Chen is the most suitable male god for her. The looks, their voice, it's just perfect. The only drawback is that Lin Chen doesn't have his own career now. How great it would be if this book was written by Lin Chen. Yi Ju thought secretly in his heart. But soon she shook her head. This kind of thing is impossible even to think about it. Lin Chen's identity information is very ordinary, and he has no experience in writing novels before. It is simply impossible for a novice to write such an amazing novel. Therefore, this kind of novel could definitely not have been written by Lin Chen. Feeling a little helpless, Yi Ju looked at the book review section of this book again. Without any hesitation, she clicked on the share button and recommended it to her own reader group. You should know that she is a great writer, and her readership is full of high-V readers of Feiqian Novel Network. After they saw this book, they all clicked on it out of curiosity to read it. After watching it, they all exclaimed in amazement. Because this book is really well written, it is simply a magical book. Most authors would never stir up hatred like this. That is why every reader who finishes this book is eager to read the next chapter. It is precisely because of this that the data of Dupo continues to improve. Perhaps Lin Chen had no way of imagining that the data in this book would grow so fast. Although I know that Dupo will be popular. But I didn't know it would become popular so quickly. At this time, Lin Chen was in the gym. Next to him, Liu Ruori was running. Originally Lin Chen didn't want to come, but Liu Ruori insisted on pulling him over. Lin Chen came here because he had nothing to do. After arriving here, Lin Chen accompanied Liu Ruori to do some stretching exercises, and then ran on the treadmill. Although she knew that Lin Chen's physical fitness was relatively good, Liu Ruori really didn't expect that Lin Chen's physical fitness could be so good. Because she found that when she was running with Lin Chen, after running for more than half an hour, Lin Chen didn't feel tired at all. If she hadn't seen it with her own eyes, she wouldn't have believed it. Perhaps feeling a little tired, Liu Ruori slowly stopped on the treadmill, and her beautiful eyes looked at Lin Chen. He said with a little surprise, "You have good stamina. You didn't feel tired after running for half an hour." "It's okay. I usually like to exercise." Lin Chen smiled slightly. When he saw Liu Ruori stop, he stopped too, because he didn't need to exercise. With his physical strength, no one could surpass him even if he didn't exercise. That's right. Boys should have strong bodies, so that girls will like them. Liu Ruori praised. Lin Chen was slightly stunned and looked at Liu Ruori with a strange look. This sentence. Why does it sound so strange? After Liu Ruori said this, she realized that there was some ambiguity in her words, so she quickly corrected them and said, "Because only in this way can we better devote ourselves to work and family. Otherwise, a boy with a weak body will never succeed." Lin Chen nodded slightly. He just felt a little strange just now and didn't think about it too much. After Liu Ruori's explanation, he understood. While walking on the treadmill, Lin Chen suddenly thought of the system favorability in his mind, which was a bit strange. "Sister, I have a question for you." "What's the problem?" Liu Ruori asked curiously. "It's like this is the first time I met my second sister. Why did she seem to not like me very much?" Lin Chen asked curiously. He could accept Yi Ju as he was. After all, they had just met, so it was understandable that his impression of him was not very high. Liu Ruori also values family more, which is why she has a higher liking for herself. This is all quite normal. Qin Yunfei seems a little abnormal. In fact, your second sister is also a miserable person. You shouldn't blame her for being hostile towards you. You should be able to see that her personality is rather withdrawn. Liu Ruori explained to Lin Chen. What's going on? Lin Chen was very confused. But at this moment, outside the gym, a figure slowly walked inside. She was wearing tight sportswear, with her black hair tied casually, and her delicate facial features seemed to be cast by nature, looking breathtaking. Combined with her tight clothes, most men would probably stare at her with their eyes wide open at first sight. Chapter 21, The hamstrings are opened. When she saw clearly who was coming, Liu Ruori chose to shut up. Because the person who came in was the real Qin Yunfei, her beautiful eyes were slightly stunned when she saw Lin Chen. Because she found that Lin Chen was much more handsome than before. But she couldn't tell what made him more handsome. Qin Yunfei stepped onto the treadmill not far away, stretched her thighs, and entered the exercise mode. This is what she needs to do every night. There was no way Liu Ruori would talk about her in front of Qin Yunfei, so she smiled at Lin Chen. Let's go. Help my sister stretch. Lin Chen was a little confused when he heard this, but since Liu Ruori had already said so, he naturally followed Liu Ruori and walked to the side. For ordinary women, Liu Ruori is definitely a goddess-level existence. Good figure, good looks and strong abilities. Even the best among the crowd would feel a little pressure in front of such a woman. But in front of her relatives, Liu Ruori was like an older sister next door, extremely friendly. And she has some shortcomings, which is also ridiculous. That is, Liu Ruori's flexibility is not very strong. In order to improve her flexibility, Liu Ruori stretches every day. But the effect is not very obvious. In the past, Qin Yunfei always helped her, but today Qin Yunfei came a little late. In addition, Lin Chen had just finished exercising, so Liu Ruori naturally asked Lin Chen to help her. The two of them walked to the side. Liu Ruori stretched her body, then slowly spread her legs and moved her body down. Come here and help me press it down, Liu Ruori said to Lin Chen. Lin Chen nodded and put his hands on Liu Ruori's shoulders. A system voice sounded in his mind. Ding! The host and Liu Ruori have physical contact and obtain master-level singing skills. When the system voice came out, Lin Chen felt a tingling sensation in his throat. After a while, Lin Chen seemed to have learned a lot about singing. He pressed his hands on Liu Ruori's body, and then exerted force little by little. There was a look of pain on Liu Ruori's face, and she let out a wailing sound because it really hurt. But flexibility is very important for a girl. This is what you should do as a teenager. But she is already in her 20s, and it is obviously not easy for her to perform the operation. Lin Chen knew Liu Ruori's pain, and he was a master of fighting skills and had a good understanding of the human body. He always controlled the strength in his hands steadily. When Liu Ruori couldn't bear it anymore, he would retract a little. When Liu Ruori could accept it, he would increase his strength a little more. In this way, like boiling a frog in warm water, Liu Ruori's legs were spread apart at a much larger angle than before. Qin Yunfei was running. Through the floor-to-ceiling window in front of the treadmill, she could clearly see the movements of the two people. When she saw Lin Chen's method, her expression changed slightly. Because he discovered that Lin Chen's control over strength was extremely precise, which was something not everyone could possess. It definitely takes years of practicing martial arts to be able to have this kind of strength. Now Liu Ruori's separation arc is already very large, which is obviously much better than before. When Lin Chen saw this scene, he knew it was an opportunity, and he took advantage of Liu Ruori's inattention and exerted force suddenly. R. A painful sound came from Liu Ruori's mouth, and Liu Ruori was pressed to the ground by Lin Chen. She felt a sharp pain in her legs. She originally asked Lin Chen to come over and stretch her, but she didn't expect Lin Chen to stretch her all the way to the bottom in one go. Qin Yunfei's face changed. Isn't this nonsense? Before, she felt that Lin Chen was quite strong, but now she suddenly realized that Lin Chen was just messing around. Could Liu Ruori bear it if he pressed on her like this? She quickly stopped the treadmill and ran towards this side quickly. Her beautiful eyes looked at Lin Chen with some anger. What are you doing? Qin Yunfei scolded Lin Chen. Ding. Qin Yunfei's favorability towards their host 5. Ding. Qin Yunfei's favorability towards their host 5. Falling again. Lin Chen was helpless. This woman, why is her favorability dropping like it's free? It will probably be difficult to improve her favorability in the future. It's okay. I asked Lin Chen to help me stretch. I guess he was too anxious. Although Liu Ruori was in great pain, she still explained to Qin Yunfei. She didn't want Qin Yunfei to misunderstand Lin Chen. You are clumsy and should not do this kind of thing if you can't do it well. Do you know what the consequences will be if you don't stretch properly? Qin Yunfei said with some anger on her face. Lin Chen was a little helpless, but Qin Yunfei was also his sister. It's impossible for her to talk back to her sister after being scolded by her sister. Lin Chen is not that stingy when it comes to his family. But at this moment, Liu Ruori felt that she was not in so much pain anymore. Because Lin Chen's attack did make her feel severe pain, but after a while, she felt that it didn't seem to hurt that much. At this time, Liu Ruori stood up. For some reason, she seemed to feel that her muscles had become more open. Sister, are you trying to do the splits? Lin Chen smiled slightly. Liu Ruori nodded, then spread her legs as if it was common sense. But what Liu Ruori herself didn't expect was, when she spread her legs were perfectly shaped like a straight line. Her hamstrings were opened. Chapter 22, Become a Disciple. When this scene appeared, Qin Yunfei's face was filled with surprise. She initially thought that Lin Chen was being clumsy. I think my elder sister was hurt. But when the scene before her appeared, she realized that she was wrong. Not only did Lin Chen not hurt his elder sister, he also successfully opened her hamstrings. What kind of technique is this? She had helped Liu Ruori do the splits before. According to Liu Ruori's condition, it would take at least a week for her to be able to do the splits completely. But thanks to Lin Chen's operation, it was actually completed a whole week earlier. This is an incredible thing. More importantly, I actually misunderstood him just now. Suddenly, Qin Yunfei's face showed a bit of embarrassment, and she was embarrassed to look at Lin Chen. After hesitating for a while, she apologized to Lin Chen. I'm sorry, I was careless just now. It's okay. This is human nature. Lin Chen smiled slightly and didn't take what happened just now to heart at all. But as soon as he opened his mouth, Qin Yunfei's expression suddenly changed. Because she found that Lin Chen's voice was simply so beautiful. It's like heavenly music. If her voice had an ethereal feeling, it was as if it came from the heavens. Lin Chen's voice definitely came from above the 9 heavens. One is like, the other is. There is definitely a gap. She took a deep breath and looked at Lin Chen in disbelief. She found that she had previously judged Lin Chen too harshly, which led to her not being able to discover any of Lin Chen's shining points. Your voice. Qin Yunfei looked at Lin Chen with her beautiful eyes and said in surprise. Have you just realized it now? Lin Chen's voice is simply like a professional bel canto. It sounds extremely heartwarming. Liu Ruori next to her said with a smile. Indeed, his voice is among the best in the country. Only international level singers can compare with him. Qin Yunfei said seriously. Her comment is very pertinent because there is no absolute first in anything. Lin Chen's voice is very nice, but it is not earth-shattering. It can only be said that his voice and tone are much better than those of professional singers. Such a man, judging from his appearance alone, is definitely a male god-level existence. What do you think? Fei, do you want to bring Lin Chen to debut? He is a seed-level player. If he debuts, he will definitely be liked by many people. Liu Ruori asked with a smile. She knew that Qin Yunfei had some prejudice against Lin Chen because of everything. It would be a good thing if prejudices could be resolved. Let me think about it. Your voice is indeed good, but it's not easy to become a singer. From today on, you need to control your diet. Qin Yunfei said to Lin Chen. Lin Chen naturally knew that many singers were extremely strict about their diet in order to maintain their beautiful voices. Some people have been controlling their diet since childhood and have never eaten too much until they die. If you want to become a superior person, hard work is essential. But Lin Chen's voice was given by the system. In a sense, he doesn't need to control his diet at all because there is no possibility of damage or change to his voice. The reason why the god-level voice is called the god-level voice is because it is different from other voices. Lin Chen, why don't you thank your second sister? Liu Ruori winked at Lin Chen. It was obvious that he was telling him that this was a way to build a good relationship with his second sister. Lin Chen smiled slightly and did not refute, although he did not really want to enter the entertainment industry. But his relationship with Qin Yunfei is not very good now, so there is nothing wrong in doing what she wants. When the relationship eases later and things are made clear, it won't be a big deal. Come to my room to see me at night. Qin Yunfei looked at Lin Chen with her beautiful eyes and said directly, then turned around and left. Lin Chen was slightly stunned. Go to her room at night to find her. What the hell is this? Is something embarrassing going to happen? Is it so fast? The two had just met. But Liu Ruori, who was standing aside, had an excited look on her face, as if she knew something. You are really lucky. Feifei has always been against others entering her room. This time she let you in because she probably wanted to train you. Study hard, maybe there will be a new singer in our family. Liu Ruori said seriously, patting Lin Chen's shoulder with a smile on her face. Yeah. Lin Chen nodded, feeling that she asked him to go to her room in order to cultivate him. It seems that I was overthinking it. But we can't blame Lin Chen. After all, anyone would easily overthink such a thing. When he looked at the system interface again, Lin Chen suddenly discovered that Qin Yunfei's favorability had quickly changed from 30 to 10. In just a short while, the favorability had actually increased by 20 points, which was something Lin Chen had not expected. Moreover, even when her favorability towards me was negative, she was still willing to help me. This woman has a good heart. Chapter 23 Piano Music. After exercising for a while, seeing that the time was almost up, Lin Chen and Liu Ruori left the gym. However, what happened in the gym just now also left a good impression on Liu Ruori. Because she didn't expect that Lin Chen was so good at stretching. Although they had only been in contact for one day, this naughty little brother gave her a really good feeling. I originally thought that Lin Chen was just an ordinary person and nothing big. But the more I get to know Lin Chen, the more attractive he becomes. I'm afraid that if this continues, I might fall in love with him. Thinking of this, Liu Ruori's face suddenly turned red. What are you thinking about? He's my younger brother, how could I possibly fall in love with him? Liu Ruori shook her head repeatedly. The reason why she had such thoughts was because Lin Chen was indeed very outstanding. It was probably because Liu Ruori had lived for so many years and had seen the most outstanding boys, so it was normal for her to have some thoughts about him. Lin Chen naturally had no idea about Liu Ruori's wild thoughts. After he returned to his room, he took a shower. When he took off his clothes and saw himself in the mirror, Lin Chen couldn't help but smack his lips. Now his figure is really good looking. Every inch of muscle is just right, just like a leopard. This beauty emanates from her whole body. She looks thin when she is dressed and has muscles when she is undressed, so it should be a perfect display for me. After a simple shower, Lin Chen changed into cooler clothes. Knowing that he would go to his second sister's room later, Lin Chen did not delay. He walked straight to the third floor, which was his second sister's room. This villa has 3 floors. The eldest sister and the seventh sister live on the second floor. I heard that the fourth sister also has a room at home, but Lin Chen is not sure where it is. After all, he hadn't visited every room. This villa covers an area of 3,000 square meters. You can easily imagine how big it is. It is equivalent to the area of an entire commercial building. As for the third floor, my second sister currently lives there alone. It is said that she likes quietness very much and doesn't like others to enter her room on weekdays. Even the servants rarely went in, as she cleaned the house herself. Although she is a musical genius, she is rather introverted. Because of this, Qin Yunfei has few friends. But she still values her family very much. At least she has always been nice to Liu Ruori and Yi Ju. The reason she had a grudge against Lin Chen was simply because that man abandoned her when she was very young. In essence, Qin Yunfei is a very kind person. Although she didn't like Lin Chen, when she discovered that Lin Chen had certain talents, she was still willing to cultivate him. Because there are really few people with this kind of voice. At least among the people Qin Yunfei has met so far, there are probably only a handful of people who can reach Lin Chen's level. Moreover, people who are familiar with Qin Yunfei know that she is extremely sensitive to sounds. Even when making friends, I don't like making friends with people who have unpleasant voices. It is for this reason that voice is definitely a stepping stone for Qin Yunfei. Lin Chen didn't expect this either. By accident, he actually got something that Qin Yunfei admired, otherwise it would be really not easy to change the attitude of this second sister towards him. When we arrived at the third floor, the area here was also very large, but many places were relatively empty. Qin Yunfei had 2 rooms. One is a dedicated music room and the other is her bedroom. She has a clear distinction between work and life. Although she likes music, she rarely listens to music when she is sleeping, but she will do so once she starts working. It would be difficult to distract her. Lin Chen walked forward and knocked on the door, and soon a voice came from inside. "Who is it?" "My second sister is me." "Wait a minute, I'm still taking a shower, I'll be there soon," a voice came. Lin Chen shrugged, thinking that he came at a really bad time. Since he was bored anyway, Lin Chen started walking around the third floor. Some other rooms were already closed, so he didn't want to open each one of them. What if you see something you shouldn't see? Besides, Lin Chen is not the kind of person who likes to pry into other people's privacy. His eyes quickly noticed the music room next to Qin Yunfei. He walked slowly inside, looking at the layout inside. The layout here is quite classical, and basically all the musical instruments available on the market are available here, and each one is quite expensive. A rough calculation shows that there should be more than 30 musical instruments. A son of music is a son of music and is extremely strict when it comes to collecting musical instruments. Lin Chen came to a piano, and suddenly the Blue Danube piano score emerged in his mind. This piano piece, which was very famous in the previous life and was called the King of Waltz, does not appear in this world now. Lin Chen could imagine how much trouble this piano piece would cause if it were to spread. According to Lin Chen's idea, Qin Yunfei definitely didn't take a shower that quickly, because after leaving the gym, she practiced a musical instrument here for a while. Because when Lin Chen entered here, he could still smell a faint fragrance, that was Qin Yunfei's body fragrance. Surprisingly, he could try out how powerful this piano piece that was famous overseas was. P.S. The 4th update of today is here. I write books slowly because I wash my hands frequently. One chapter takes a lot of time. I would like to ask for some flowers and evaluation votes from everyone here. These things are free, and it would be a waste to just leave them there. However, they are great support for washing hands frequently. I hope everyone can support them. Thank you. Chapter 24 10 Rewards. Sitting in front of the piano, Lin Chen pressed a button and the tone was simply perfect. The piano had been tuned by Qin Yunfei early in the morning, and every note was extremely standard. The musical talent is indeed extraordinary, she knows how to play almost any musical instrument. Lin Chen let out a light breath and began to move his hands on the piano. His hands were like elves, constantly flying. The pleasant sound of piano continued to come. Qin Yunfei was taking a shower and there was a lot of noise in the bathroom, so she didn't notice the noise outside at all. However, someone on the second floor heard the piano sound, and she walked out of the room with a bit of curiosity. Normally, Qin Yunfei would not practice the piano at this time, so how come the sound of piano came out of nowhere? Moreover, this piano rhythm sounds a little different from the one Qin Yunfei played. Qin Yunfei prefers classical or folk songs and tunes. The atmosphere of this piano piece is obviously different. With some surprise in her eyes, she walked up to the third floor, but when she saw Lin Chen sitting in front of the piano and playing the piano, her little mouth suddenly turned into an O shape. Oh my god! Lin Chen looks so handsome when playing the piano. It's absolutely heartless. How can there be such a handsome boy? At this moment, Lin Chen was like a handsome young man with a unique temperament. He was extremely focused when playing the piano, as if he was completely immersed in the world of music. Yi Zhu's body trembled. Originally, she thought Lin Chen was just handsome and had a nice voice, and that such a man was a bit of a vase. But now it seems that Lin Chen is not like that at all. Not only is she beautiful and has a nice voice, she is also an outstanding piano player. Such a person can easily become a music master just by playing the piano. Because people who like music are generally more emotional. Who can resist such a handsome boy who plays the piano well? For a moment, a strange feeling was spreading in Yi Zhu's heart. Ding! Yi Zhu's favorability towards their host +1. Congratulations to their host for successfully obtaining the God-level pianist ability. Ding! Yi Zhu's favorability towards their host +1. Congratulations to their host for successfully obtaining a copy of the novel Shinshu. Ding! Yi Ju's favorability towards their host +1. Congratulations to their host for successfully obtaining a song from actor. Ding! Yi Ju's favorability towards their host +1. Congratulations to their host for successfully obtaining their Heart of the Ocean necklace. A series of system sounds suddenly rang out, and Lin Chen was completely stunned. What's going on? How come Yi Ju's favorability towards me has increased so much out of nowhere? He looked to the side and found that Yi Ju was looking at her with surprise in his big eyes not far away. I forgot to close the door when I was playing the piano just now, and I didn't expect to attract this little girl. Yi Ju is essentially a homebody who loves to fantasize on a daily basis. In addition, she is a writer, so she would put herself in the shoes of the heroine and naturally think of having a boyfriend like a prince in the future. The way Lin Chen played the piano just now completely met all of Lin Chen's needs, so her favorability towards Lin Chen actually increased by 10 points in an instant. Lin Chen did not expect that he had inadvertently won Yi Ju's favor. However, being looked at by her like that, Lin Chen did not want to continue playing. He smiled slightly and stood up from the piano table. Seventh sister. Lin Chen smiled slightly. Hello, hello. A rare blush appeared on Yi Ju's face, and she replied with a little stutter. But she recovered quickly and looked at Lin Chen shyly. I didn't expect you to play the piano so well. It's just so. I've learned it a little bit before, and the main thing is that the music is good. Lin Chen smiled slightly. When he played the piano before, his technique was actually very average. A professional musician can tell the difference right away. However, the song played by Lin Chen is quite special and does not exist anywhere else in this world. Moreover, the Blue Danube is a world-renowned piano piece. It goes without saying how deeply such a piece of music is rooted in people's hearts. So when the rhythm of this song appeared, Yi Ju naturally felt different in his heart. What's the name of your song? Yi Ju asked. Blue Danube. Lin Chen smiled slightly. Did you create this yourself? Yeah. Lin Chen nodded. This song does not exist in this world, so there is nothing wrong with saying that it was created by him. That's amazing. I didn't expect you to have such a talent. You said before that you already had a career you wanted to develop. Could this be it? Yi Ju looked at Lin Chen with his big eyes and asked with some curiosity. She discovered that her younger brother was truly outstanding, and it seemed that there was nothing about him that made her feel bad about him so far. I guess so. Lin Chen didn't know how to explain it, because he now has many abilities and is good at basically every aspect. So it doesn't matter to him which industry he develops. Chapter 25, Not Calm Anymore. While the two were chatting, the door of Qin Yunfei's room opened and she walked out wearing a thin pajamas and with wet hair. When she saw Yi Ju and Lin Chen, she was slightly stunned. What are you doing here? Qin Yunfei asked curiously. It's okay, I just happened to pass by and was just looking around. There was a hint of blush on Yi Ju's face, and he seemed a little embarrassed about what had just happened. And she knew very well that her elder sister was very smart, and it would not be a good thing if some clues were discovered. So she just laughed it off and turned to go downstairs. Qin Yunfei felt a little strange. Yi Ju seldom comes to the third floor on weekdays because she is a stay-at-home girl who spends most of her time hiding in her room reading novels and comics. It's a bit strange to come up suddenly. However, Qin Yunfei did not think much about it. She looked at Lin Chen. Although she did not like this man very much, she did not want to waste such a good talent. So let's put aside our prejudices for the time being and teach him some singing techniques. After all, in a way, he is indeed his younger brother. Come with me. Qin Yunfei wiped her hair and said to Lin Chen. Lin Chen nodded and followed Qin Yunfei into her room. Qin Yunfei has a good figure, and she is now wearing pajamas. Her graceful figure is looming. Perhaps she herself has not noticed. From the outline of the pajamas, you can vaguely see some of her underwear style. Lin Chen admired it for a moment, then looked away. Although he is lustful, he is not vulgar. Instead, he is a gentleman who loves talents and recruits them in a proper way. The same is true for beautiful women. When I came to Qin Yunfei's room, their whole room was decorated in a classical style. The room had good sound insulation, and there were eye masks and earplugs on the bedside table. When Lin Chen saw this scene, he reacted quickly. Qin Yunfei probably didn't sleep very well. Because the structure of this kind of villa itself has good sound insulation, but in this case she will still prepare eye masks and earplugs when she sleeps. This shows that she rarely enters deep sleep at night. If there is any noise outside, she might wake up. I'll teach you the basics first. If you can learn it well, I'll teach you some complicated ones. In addition, you must have an attitude towards music. Qin Yunfei took a book from the bookshelf nearby and placed it in front of Lin Chen. It was an introductory music book with some beautiful handwriting on it. However, judging from the handwriting, it should have been written by an elementary school student, and it is of a certain year. This might be the book that Qin Yunfei studied when she was a child. I didn't expect that after so many years, Qin Yunfei still kept it. It can be seen that she is a nostalgic person. Lin Chen nodded, with a serious look on his face. Qin Yunfei looked at Lin Chen's face. Lin Chen's facial features were really similar to that man, but Lin Chen was much more handsome than that man. This guy's mother must be very beautiful. Otherwise, why would the gap between them be so big? Qin Yunfei thought secretly in her heart. It is impossible for Lin Chen to be so handsome just by men's genes. The only explanation is that Lin Chen's mother is very beautiful, which is why Lin Chen's appearance has changed like this. Without thinking too much, Qin Yunfei opened the book and carefully explained the basics of music to Lin Chen, starting with the musical notation. Lin Chen was also studying very seriously. Time passed little by little, and after explaining for 20 minutes, Qin Yunfei began to let Lin Chen practice his tone. Lin Chen nodded and began to speak according to Qin Yunfei's request. However, Lin Chen had previously acquired the ability of a god-level singer, and he was extremely proficient in the field of singing. The reason why I pretended not to understand was purely to improve my relationship with my elder sister. Otherwise, given Qin Yunfei's introverted personality, it would be really difficult for him to ease the relationship between them. Moreover, Lin Chen has a system. He can only get rewards if he gains the favor of 10 sisters. In order to become a stronger person, he must also maximize Qin Yunfei's favor. In addition, when we first met, our favorability was 0. The potential is huge. Try to pronounce it. Qin Yunfei said to Lin Chen. Lin Chen nodded and began to pronounce according to Qin Yunfei's instructions. But the sound in her throat had just appeared, and Qin Yunfei was completely surprised. Because she discovered that Lin Chen was really talented in music. She just explained it once and Lin Chen mastered it perfectly. Such musical talent is truly incredible. Qin Yunfei couldn't help but wonder whether his father or mother was also a talented musician. Otherwise, how could such good genes be inherited by Lin Chen? Let's increase the difficulty a little bit now. Try to combine the bass and treble. Qin Yunfei said again. Lin Chen nodded and spoke again according to Qin Yunfei's instructions. This time, Qin Yunfei was completely unsettled. Chapter 26. This kind of life is really good. Because she discovered that Lin Chen was simply a genius. He mastered the musical knowledge that I taught him after just listening to it once. She looked at Lin Chen with her beautiful eyes, feeling somewhat confused. Could it be that this guy had studied music before and was just pretending to be clumsy in front of me? With this idea in mind, Qin Yunfei slightly changed the musical notation. It was originally a musical notation of high and low notes, but the slight change increased the difficulty level. If Lin Chen had not learned it, he would never have been able to discover it, and would not have been able to sing it. And if someone has learned it, as long as his musical level is not as high as yours, then it is very likely that he can sing it but will not be able to discover it. As for the third possibility, that is, Lin Chen's musical level is higher than hers, but he hides his shortcomings in front of her, Qin Yunfei had never thought about it. Because she is also a talented music singer, few of her peers have higher musical attainments than her. Lin Chen was even less likely, because Liu Ruoi had investigated Lin Chen's identity information before, and he looked very ordinary and didn't look like someone who understood music. Lin Chen naturally noticed this. He is a man with god-level musical skills, so such a small change is naturally noticeable. He looked at Qin Yunfei and understood in his heart that Qin Yunfei must be a little suspicious. He was not in a hurry. Since Qin Yunfei had doubts, he would just follow her ideas. Otherwise, if Qin Yunfei found out that he had lied to her with her current favorability, who knows what would happen? It's just like, between a man and a woman, when they are not together, they use some tricks to deceive her. Being discovered before the relationship is confirmed will give girls the impression that you are cunning. And there is a sweetness when being discovered after the relationship is confirmed. I feel like this boy will do anything to get close to me. This is also a change in mentality. This is also why it is said that a woman in love has an IQ of 0. Try again. Qin Yunfei looked at Lin Chen and asked. Lin Chen nodded, then sang a line of the song, but soon felt something was strange. It seems that some sound cannot be made. This musical notation is so difficult. I don't even know how to sing it. Lin Chen shook his head and said. Qin Yunfei breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed that Lin Chen was not hiding his talent, but was actually very talented in music. In this way, his younger brother can indeed be cultivated well. I think I drew the wrong musical notation. Let's try something else. Qin Yunfei said with a smile on her face. I don't know when it started, but she smiled at Lin Chen more often than before. When Lin Chen left Qin Yunfei's room, her favorability had increased from 10 to 5. Therefore, Lin Chen also received a lot of rewards. Today is truly a harvest day. Their favorability suddenly increased by 15 points in the middle of the night, and Yiju's favorability also inexplicably increased by 10 points. At this rate, it won't be long before the family can enjoy each other's happiness together. After stretching his waist, Lin Chen returned to his room. He lay on the bed and soon fell asleep. However, some changes seemed to have taken place in the other 3 boudoirs because of Lin Chen's arrival. After Liu Ruori finished processing the company's documents, she stretched lazily and looked at the couple's underwear that she had thrown aside. It was unknown what was going on in her eyes. He didn't throw the women's underwear away, but put it in his drawer. Yiju was lying on the bed, hugging the quilt, and the scene of Lin Chen playing the piano before could not fade away for a long time. When Qin Yunfei lay down, she glanced at the place where Lin Chen had just sat, and a helpless smile appeared on the corner of her mouth. I originally thought that I would hate Lin Chen, but unexpectedly, his talent in music actually dispelled my hatred for him. Now she seems to have some good feelings towards Lin Chen. My younger brother doesn't seem to be that annoying. The next morning, Lin Chen stretched lazily, looked at the sunlight outside the window, and felt his whole mood became better. This place is located halfway up the mountain. From where Lin Chen is, he can just see the endless sea of clouds. The rising sun sets above the sea of clouds, and the entire cloud exudes a warm red color. Everything looks so beautiful. It was indeed beautiful. After several years in this world, yesterday should have been the happiest time for Lin Chen. The same is true today. Activate the system and enjoy life with the sisters. Everyone would envy such a life. After moving his body for a few times, Lin Chen originally wanted to open the computer to check the data of Dupo, but the system in his mind actually told him that there were several unread messages. This made him feel a little strange. Open it and take a look. Ding! The host gains Liu Ruori's favorability +1, and is rewarded with 5% of Penguin Company's stock. Ding! The host gains Liu Ruori's favorability +1, and is rewarded with master-level skating skills. Ding! The host gains Yiju's favorability +1, and is rewarded with the first volume of One Piece comics. Ding! The host gains Yiju's favorability +1, and is rewarded with the middle volume of One Piece comics. Ding! The host has gained Yiju's favorability. Chapter 27. I'm embarrassed to say. This series of system messages caught Lin Chen off guard. What was going on? How did his favorability increase so much out of the blue? Lin Chen clicked on the favorability of several people and took a look. Liu Ruori's favorability has reached 69, only 6 points away from 75. Yiju's favorability has reached 50, which is the fastest growth among the few people. Qin Yunfei's favorability also reached 8. You have to know that among the few people, Qin Yunfei hates him the most. It is not an easy thing to go from hating him to liking him in such a short time. Because psychologists once said that the first impression between people is very important. If their first impression is bad, it may not change for several years, but if the first impression is good, even if you have some minor flaws, they will be ignored by the other party. This is why, in many success books, the first thing taught is to build a good image for yourself. Because the human brain is really a creature that thinks by inertia. It is easy to respect the judgment that has previously appeared in your mind. Taking a deep breath, Lin Chen calmed down and found that there were a lot of things behind his attribute interface. In just one day, the change is huge. Lin Chen had a feeling in his heart that if he did certain things, it would be no problem for these sisters' favorability to reach over 90. Because in the process of accumulating goodwill, Lin Chen's entire development direction is evolving towards a perfect trend, which is a remarkable thing. There is no all-rounder in this world. But the appearance of Lin Chen will change this fact. With a smile on his face, Lin Chen stretched his waist and came to their computer, although he was already perfect. However, it is still necessary to develop your own career. Dupo has been uploaded for a night, you can open it and see what the data is. It should be good. After all, it was the top fantasy novel in the previous life. Data should be pretty hot in this world. When he opened the author's back end, although he had expected it, Lin Chen was still filled with surprise when he saw the back end data. Because in just one night yesterday, his collection reached 5,600, the recommendation votes were as high as 49,000, and the rewards were 1.2 million. He was confused, really confused. Although he had expected that Dupo would become a big hit, he really didn't expect it to be so popular. I really don't know what kind of genius the author who wrote this book was. Taking a deep breath, Lin Chen opened the book review section. There were more than 400 reviews, all urging for updates. Many people have left wonderful reviews on this book. What a great saying. It reminds me of my ex-girlfriend who broke up with me. If she hadn't broken up with me, I wouldn't have achieved what I have today. I won't say anything more. My wife's 80th birthday is coming soon. What do you think I should give her? I made a wish last night. If there is a reply, my penis will be 1 centimeter shorter. I bet there is no reply. The author's book is really fascinating and wonderful, and the character descriptions are very vivid. The ingenious design is amazing. By the way, I recommend another novel by a newcomer, I Have 10 Beautiful Sisters, which is absolutely wonderful and extraordinary. After reading the book reviews one after another, Lin Chen couldn't help but sigh that a popular book is a popular book, and it will always have many readers supporting it wherever it goes. Without any hesitation, Lin Chen updated another 15 chapters. Just when he was about to close the webpage, he suddenly noticed that there were more than 10 messages behind the author's message reminder. This made Lin Chen feel a little strange. When I clicked on it, I found out that it was sent by the editor. The editor's name is Good Mood Tonight. The avatar is a very cute Q version pattern. In the message reminder, tonight I am in a good mood and kept asking Lin Chen. Author, are you there? See the reply. Your work is ready to be signed. Remember to reply when you are online. My QQ is. You published too many copies on the first day, but it doesn't matter. Your book has great data and will definitely be a big hit. Looking at rows and rows of information, Lin Chen felt a little helpless. Are editors so proactive these days? However, the book did need a contract, so he added the editor's QQ number and contacted her. Unexpectedly, the editor replied to Lin Chen immediately, which surprised Lin Chen a little. It's only 7 o'clock now, and the editor got up so early. Woohoo! You finally replied to me. I thought you were snatched away by another editor. Boss, what are you doing? Let's sign the contract right away. Jin Yi said to Lin Chen in a good mood. For a moment, Lin Chen actually felt like he was being licked. Are all editors so cute? It's just so cute. Lin Chen touched his chin, and suddenly a smile appeared on his face. He said jokingly, it's possible to sign the contract, but several editors came to me yesterday. It's really difficult to say. Chapter 28. What the hell? How could this be? Woo, sir, they are all slutty bitches, you can't choose them. I am the cutest. I was in a good mood tonight and sent several crying emojis. Lin Chen suddenly realized that this editor was so cute. There was a smile on his face, and he typed back on the keyboard, actually, I'm very easy to talk to. Why don't you sing me a song to imitate a cat's meow? This is my work account. I was a little surprised tonight. If that's the case, then I can only sign a contract with other people. Lin Chen said helplessly. Don't. I finally met such a good writer, isn't it just learning to meow? I'll sing it for you right now, you must sign a contract with me. Tonight, in a good mood, said hurriedly. Soon a voice message was sent. Lin Chen listened to their voice was soft, what a cute girl. It feels very comfortable to be a writer working under such an editor. How is it? Is it okay? Asked Tonight in a good mood with great anticipation. Sure. Lin Chen replied readily. Jinyi was in a good mood and immediately felt relieved. She was really worried just now that the writer would run away. Now it seems that there should be no problem. She quickly sent the contract to Lin Chen. Lin Chen also downloaded it quickly. He knew that he still had several books to publish, and he would likely have to contact editors frequently in the future. After the novels were added, they would be adapted and published, and this process would also require the help of editors. After filling in the information, Lin Chen thought that he would go out and mail the contract when he had time later. At this time, Jinyi Hao Qing Mood suddenly sent a message to Lin Chen. Author, are you there? Yes. Lin Chen replied. It's like this. I have a few writers here who want to contact you and talk to you about writing issues. Are you interested? Jinyi Hao Mood asked nervously. Writer. Lin Chen was a little surprised. I have just published a book, how is it possible that other writers would want to contact me? They can't be some newcomers. After thinking about it, Lin Chen decided to forget it. Because he knew nothing about writing, if he talked to these guys he would be exposed in a minute. Forget it. I like to write articles alone and don't really like communicating with others. Lin Chen explained. Okay then. Tonight replied in a good mood. Lin Chen closed the website and the chat window, stood up and walked towards the bathroom, ready to wash up. Yi Ju on the other side had just gotten up. She turned on her mobile phone and saw a message from Tonight in a good mood. It turned out that the other party told her. I have asked the author of Dupo, but he does not agree. Yi Ju was a little helpless. She read Fights Breaks Fear last night and had some ideas about the new book. She originally wanted to contact the writer. But unexpectedly, the other party didn't give her any chance at all. With a light breath, Yi Ju slowly walked towards the bathroom, but when he saw himself in the mirror, Yi Ju was completely stunned for a moment. Then she started touching and squeezing her face nervously, as if something big had happened. It turned out that because she didn't like exercising all year round and sometimes stayed up late, she had a pimple on her face. This is fatal for girls. If acne is not treated properly, it will leave marks and may even disfigure your face. She left the room without even washing her face. At this time, Liu Ruoi had already gotten up. She was processing company documents in her room. Unexpectedly, Yi Ju barged in. As soon as she saw Liu Ruoi, her face turned sad. Sister. Look. What's wrong? Liu Ruoi felt strange. If it were anyone else, she would probably scold them, but she was already used to Yi Ju's personality. Looking at her, Liu Ruoi discovered that there was a pimple on Yi Ju's face. It's red on top, like the whole place is swollen. What have you been doing recently? Did you eat something that caused you to get irritated? Liu Ruoi looked at the pimples on Yi Ju's face and felt a little nervous. As women, we all know that it is important to maintain good facial skin. She took a look at Yi Ju's pimple and knew very well that it had not yet matured and could not be removed by force. I will have to inconvenience Yi Ju for a few days. I have some daily skin care products here, you can take them back and use them first. Liu Ruoi took out a small bottle from the side and placed it in Yi Ju's hand. Sister, I won't be disfigured, will I? Yi Ju said aggrievedly. Her skin is extremely delicate, and even a mosquito bite will leave a scar. If acne on the face is not treated properly, it may leave scars, which is not what Yi Ju wants to see. It shouldn't be a big deal. You just don't exercise enough. Have you ever seen a healthy person with a regular schedule have acne on his face? From today on, you must include half an hour of exercise every day in your life. Liu Ruoi looked at Yi Ju and said seriously. I don't want to exercise. Look, I still need to write. Yi Ju said aggrievedly. Even if you need to write an article, you still have to practice. If you don't go, all your pocket money will be deducted from today. Liu Ruoi snorted. Okay. Yi Ju had a sad face and couldn't help but hate the pimples on his face. This damn acne, it's because of it that I need to exercise. When Yi Ju thought about having to run every day in the future, he felt very sad. Chapter 29. You only have 10 pimples. On the other side, Lin Chen was washing up in the bathroom. He found that he looked much more handsome than yesterday. His appearance had reached 99 points, and he had a more elegant temperament. This is a good thing. At least Lin Chen's mood has become much better. After washing up, Lin Chen left the room and walked towards the first floor, where many people were already seated. The rich family's breakfast was also very rich, with more than 10 kinds of food, some of which Lin Chen had never seen outside. It has to be said that to be able to become a servant of a wealthy family, one must possess strong professional qualities. Because with this cooking skill, he would not be a chef-level figure in any restaurant. But Aunt Mai's salary seems to be quite high, tens of thousands a month, plus some subsidies. No wonder they say that in the world of rich people, money is not money at all, it's just a few pieces of paper. After Lin Chen took his seat, Liu Ruoyi and others also took their seats. However, Lin Chen soon discovered that Yi Ju, who was sitting next to him, hung his head and seemed afraid to show his face to others. What's wrong with her? Lin Chen asked curiously. Her little universe exploded, so she is repairing herself now. Liu Ruoyi smiled slightly. Qin Yunfei next to her also had a smile on her face. The atmosphere at the dinner table today is obviously different from yesterday, and it feels a lot warmer. Lin Chen didn't feel so embarrassed sitting here. After the favorability level increased, the feeling was indeed different. Lin Chen looked towards Yi Ju, but this guy still had his head down, and no one knew what he was doing. If it were in the past, she would have jumped up and argued with her two sisters. This girl is just like a child. The mealtime passed quickly. Liu Ruoyi had to go to work, so after finishing her meal, she was escorted by bodyguards and left in a convoy. This style is just like that of a queen. Qin Yunfei also had to prepare a new song, so after dinner she went to the third floor and locked herself up. Lin Chen originally wanted to chat with Yi Ju for a few more words, but he didn't expect this guy to run away in shame just after finishing his meal. Behind her, Aunt Mai was still following. The other servants cleaned up the dishes and there was nothing for Lin Chen to do alone. He felt that such a leisurely life seemed pretty good. Have dinner and chat with a few sisters, and when I have nothing to do, I can also watch something I like. Arriving at his room, Lin Chen glanced at the rewards he had received in the system. He was planning his next move in his mind. But what Lin Chen didn't expect was that before a short while had passed, there was a sound of ghosts howling outside. It seems to have been sent by Yi Ju. Lin Chen felt a little strange. Didn't this guy just go out with Aunt Mai? How come you're back so soon? Confused, Lin Chen opened the door, only to see Yi Ju limping upstairs with the support of Aunt Mai. Yi Ju discovered that today was definitely a disaster day for him. Early in the morning, I found a pimple on my face, so I wanted to go out for a walk and exercise my body. Unexpectedly, I sprained my ankle while walking in the grass. Which great god did she offend to end up in such a miserable state? What happened? Lin Chen asked with concern. The young lady accidentally sprained her ankle when she went out just now. It must be because she wasn't paying attention when she walked. Aunt Mai said nearby. Not paying attention when walking. This little girl is really reckless. How are you? Are you okay? Lin Chen looked at her and asked. You are not allowed to look at me. When Yi Ju saw Lin Chen, there was a trace of panic on his face and he said hurriedly. What's wrong? Lin Chen was puzzled. Why did this little girl not want him to look at her for no reason? Just don't look at me. If you keep looking at me, I'll dig your eyes out. Yi Ju said fiercely. But when she said this, the hair on her face fell down a little, and soon the pimples on her face were revealed. Yi Ju suddenly became very flustered, and she quickly said, You were mistaken just now, that is not a pimple at all. I am so beautiful, how could I have pimples? Har har. I thought it was something else. Isn't it just a pimple? Lin Chen said with a smile. In fact, it was normal for Yi Ju to be nervous. Lin Chen's figure last night was imprinted in her mind, so she had a lot of good feelings towards Lin Chen in her heart. Which girl doesn't have love in her heart? If you have a crush on a man, you naturally don't want him to see you in a bad way. That's why Yi Ju didn't want Lin Chen to see his face. Don't you feel ugly? And then dislike me? Yi Ju asked. How is that possible? You are so beautiful, even if you have 10 pimples, you are still a beauty. Lin Chen said with a smile. You only have 10 pimples, and your whole family has 10 pimples. No, your whole family doesn't have pimples, only you have pimples. Yi Ju said with a snort. Lin Chen was a little helpless. This little devil was really playful and lovely. What are you looking at? Why don't you help me up? Yi Ju rolled his eyes at him and said immediately. Aunt Mai saw the two people bickering, with a smile on her face. She didn't say much, turned around and left, letting Lin Chen support Yi Ju and walk towards her boudoir. P.S. Today's 6th update is here. If you still have flowers and evaluation tickets in your hands, I hope you can give some flowers and evaluation tickets to Kingshu. Thank you for your support. Chapter 30 Ancient Costumes. Ding! Physical contact with Yi Ju has taken place. Congratulations to their host for successfully obtaining the reward of Beauty Expert. After coming into contact with Yi Ju, a system voice sounded in Lin Chen's mind. Lin Chen knew that this was the rule of the system. According to this development, it would not take long for him to become the perfect male god. Helped Yi Ju upstairs to her room. Yi Ju's room is decorated in a Japanese otaku style, with all kinds of kawaii things, as well as some figures and posters. Many of these things are out of print. I have to say that things collected by people with money are different. Some posters are even signed by the author himself. How about it? Isn't my room beautiful? There was a hint of pride on Yi Ju's face, and he seemed very satisfied with his room. Because basically everyone who comes to her room says her room is beautiful. However, birds of a feather flock together. Yi Ju's friends are all cute girls, so it is normal for them to like this style. Can you give it a 10? Lin Chen nodded slightly. Yi Ju also had a hint of smile on her face, but she soon felt something was wrong. You're not going to say 100 points. Har har. I didn't expect you to be so smart. You dare to say my room is ugly. There was an angry look on Yi Ju's face. Before Lin Chen could react, Yi Ju's little fang suddenly fell on his shoulder. Damn it. This guy must be born in the year of the tiger. Lin Chen never expected that Yi Ju would come up and bite him. But Lin Chen is different now. He has super fighting skills and a perfect body. This kind of physique makes Lin Chen's physical fitness several times stronger than that of ordinary people, and his muscle tissue is also stronger than many people. It's just like some Shaolin monks who can cultivate the golden bell cover. You stinky brother, is your body made of iron? Originally Yi Ju wanted to bite Lin Chen, but when he bit him, he found that Lin Chen's body was simply too hard. She couldn't even eat it. This naughty brother, his body is too hard. Who told you to sneak attack me? Lin Chen shrugged. Who told you to say that about me? Everyone says stinky man. This statement is really not wrong. You are indeed a stinky man, so your body is also smelly and hard. Yi Ju snorted. Stinky and hard. Lin Chen was slightly stunned. If a boy is not hard, can he still be called a boy? However, when he saw Yi Ju's angry little face, Lin Chen's face showed a little smile. He found that Yi Ju was really cute. She is simply a replica of a Japanese otaku girl. At first glance, she looks extremely kawaii. Stinky sister, you were wrong just now. My body doesn't smell at all. On the contrary, it smells good. If you don't believe me, smell it. There was a smile on Lin Chen's face. Then he stretched out his hand and placed it under Yi Ju's nose. Originally Yi Ju was very resistant, but when she smelled the back of Lin Chen's hand, there was a look of surprise on her face. Because she found that the back of Lin Chen's hand smelled really good. But why? It smells so good. It smells so good. It tastes better than many high-end perfumes. She held Lin Chen's hand, took a deep breath, and an intoxicated look appeared on her face. What a nice smell. Lin Chen, why do you smell so good? Let me tell you a secret. I have a natural body odor. Lin Chen said with a smile. TSK, you have a natural body odor, you think you're a beauty. At best you're just wearing some nice perfume. Tell me quickly what kind of perfume it is so I can buy a bottle someday. Yi Ju said quickly. She liked this smell very much. If she sprays this perfume, she can show it off when she meets her friends. Such a nice smelling perfume is not something that ordinary people can get. It's true. If you don't believe me, I'll undress you and let you smell it. Lin Chen explained. I don't want to. You have such an ugly figure. It will definitely not look good and it will hurt the eyes. Yi Ju covered his eyes with his hands and said with disgust. I told you the truth, but you still didn't believe it. Besides, who would spray perfume on their hands? Lin Chen shook his head. So what you said is true? There was a hint of disbelief in Yi Ju's eyes. Of course it's true. Lin Chen said. Then, go to the bathroom and wash your hands. If there is still this fragrance after washing, I will believe you. Yi Ju looked at Lin Chen and said. No. Why should I prove this to you? Lin Chen said nonchalantly. Good brother, just go. How about just satisfying me, your little cutie? Yi Ju said coquettishly, blowing warm wind into Lin Chen's ear. No wonder it is said that Loli has 3 treasures, acting coquettishly, being cute, and having a good figure. When Yi Ju starts to act like a spoiled brat, it's really life-threatening. Lin Chen didn't expect that Yi Ju could actually use this trick. But when he thought of Yi Ju, this little devil, who had just doubted him, Lin Chen became very unhappy. There was a smile on his face and his eyes looked towards Yi Ju. You can ask me to wash my hands if you want, but I want to see you in cosplay. Chapter 31 Perfect. Artilda, you stinky brother, how can you be so mean? I don't cosplay. Yi Ju's face suddenly flushed. There are several cosplay clothes in her closet, all of which are her collection. She will only take them out and wear them when she has nothing to do. I didn't expect that Lin Chen saw it. It's up to you. If you wear it for me, I will wash my hands. I also know a way to make your acne disappear in 2 hours. Lin Chen said with a smile. Are you serious? Yi Ju looked at Lin Chen with big eyes, and asked as if he couldn't believe it. Of course, I'm very good. Lin Chen nodded. Okay. As long as you can make my acne disappear, I will wear it for you. Yi Ju said. Lin Chen nodded. Then Lin Chen left the room. He really had a natural body odor, so there was no need to worry at all. He just found a toilet and washed his hands. Yi Ju sat alone in the room, with a shy look on her face. Although she has always been cute and likes to wear some kawaii clothes, she rarely wears cosplay clothes, and it is the first time she wears them for a boy. With a sigh of relief, Yi Ju slowly walked towards the closet. After choosing for a long time, she finally chose a set of clothes that she felt satisfied with. This stinky brother is cheap. Yi Ju pouted and thought in her heart. Then she put on the clothes, looked at the beautiful self in the mirror, took out her mobile phone and sent a message to Lin Chen. Soon Lin Chen pushed the door open and walked in. Sitting on the chair, Yi Ju was wearing a black short skirt with a red bow in the middle, and her black hair was scattered casually. There were 2 black decorations on her head that looked like ears. That was a little devil costume, and when worn by Yi Ju, it was like a cute version of a little devil. Yi Ju was speechless because this kind of clothes are generally quite revealing. That's why she never wore them out. She didn't want her sexy and graceful figure to be seen. The black devil outfit she had finally chosen was also a pair of shorts, revealing her white thighs. TSK, I didn't expect you to look so good in this dress. Lin Chen had a smile on his face, and when he looked at Yi Ju, he seemed quite satisfied. HMPH. I've always been beautiful, take your hand. Yi Ju snorted. She didn't care about being shy, and just asked Lin Chen to take her hand. She just wanted to see if Lin Chen was really born with body odor. When she got Lin Chen's hand, Yi Ju realized that Lin Chen really didn't lie to her. This guy was really born with body odor. She was so beautiful but she didn't have this ability, but Lin Chen actually had it. I'm so angry. Such a good smell could actually be on a man. How about it, I didn't lie to you? Lin Chen said with a smile. Then tell me what method you have to help me get rid of the pimples on my face. Yi Ju raised his head and looked at Lin Chen with a look of expectation. Well, there are 2 methods in total, it depends on how you choose. Lin Chen had a smile on his face. He found that although Yi Ju was older than him, her mentality was like that of a little girl, and it was very interesting to tease her. And the more contact he had with Yi Ju, the more rewards he would get. Which 2 methods? Yi Ju was curious. The first method. It hurts a little. I need to use a knife to cut your pimples and then detoxify. Lin Chen said. Artilda, I don't want to, I'm most afraid of pain. What's your second method? Yi Ju asked quickly. The second method is relatively simple, which is to massage your face. You will feel very comfortable during this process, and when you open your eyes, you will find that the pimples have disappeared. Lin Chen explained. Then I want a facial massage. Yi Ju said. Okay. You know, I usually don't reveal this technique. I can only reveal it for you. Lin Chen seemed to have not been out for a long time, and said to Yi Ju. I don't know if it works or not. If it doesn't work, you're dead. Then I'll tell my elder sister that you want to rob me, plot against me, and force me to wear a cosplay costume. Yi Ju said shockingly. Lin Chen shrugged, and he found that this guy's brain circuit was not ordinary clear. And under Lin Chen's order, Yi Ju lay down. Lin Chen sat in front of her head, and massaged her face with his hands. Yi Ju's eyes were closed, and she didn't know why she felt that Lin Chen's hands were so comfortable, and it felt like countless willows were gently brushing against her face. Moreover, Lin Chen had a faint fragrance on his body, which was not very strong, but it would make people feel particularly comfortable. What kind of fairy brother is this? Why does he feel like a prince walking out of a fairy tale world? So handsome. So perfect. So comfortable. Chapter 32 Random Trigger. Lin Chen felt like laughing when he saw Yi Ju's look. This guy was too intoxicated. And system sounds kept appearing in Lin Chen's mind. Ding! Yi Ju's favorability +1, host gains whitening expert ability. Ding! Yi Ju's favorability +1, host gains automatic repair ability. Ding! Yi Ju's favorability +1, host gains hypnosis. For a little girl like Yi Ju, it is really no problem to gain her favorability. Lin Chen listened to the system sound in his ear and rubbed Yi Ju's face. After more than 10 minutes, Lin Chen patted Yi Ju's little face, and Yi Ju opened his eyes in a daze. Is the massage over? Yi Ju asked curiously. Yes. If you don't believe it, go look in the mirror. Lin Chen said with a smile. Yi Ju stood up. To be honest, she was still a little immersed in Lin Chen's technique just now. It was really comfortable. When she came to the bathroom, she saw her cheeks, and Yi Ju's face was surprised. Because she found that her face was more delicate than before, and the acne on her face was much smaller. At this speed, her acne will definitely disappear in 2 hours. It's amazing. How did Lin Chen do it? Yi Ju couldn't believe that there was such a technique. She ran out quickly, looking at Lin Chen with a pair of big eyes, full of incredible colors. How did you do it just now? Yi Ju looked at Lin Chen and asked. I told you, I'm a master, how come I didn't lie to you? Awesome, I didn't know you had this ability. Yi Ju praised. Lin Chen's skill was really amazing. She didn't expect that the acne on the face could be removed by massage. For a moment, she looked at Lin Chen with her big eyes, and said to him coquettishly, Good brother, your massage technique is so powerful, so you can definitely heal my foot injury. Of course you can. But? Lin Chen looked at her feet. There was still a little redness and swelling at Yi Ju's ankle, and it seemed that the previous sprain had caused her serious damage. The divine massage technique can indeed promote blood circulation and remove blood stasis, and it only takes 10 minutes to heal. Yi Ju's big eyes were full of expectations, but what? Your feet are too smelly, I don't want to massage you. Arr! You stinky brother, you dare to dislike me. Yi Ju screamed. She is an invincible little cutie, how could her feet be smelly? Stinky Lin Chen is simply framing her. Isn't it? I think it should be quite smelly. Lin Chen said. No way. My feet don't stink at all. If you don't believe me, smell it. I wash my feet every day, and I don't go anywhere. Besides, I'm a little fairy, how could my feet stink? Yi Ju said angrily. Har har. Really? I smelled it just now. You just didn't smell it. If you don't believe me, smell it. Lin Chen said with a smile. Yi Ju's face was a little suspicious. She grabbed her feet and sniffed gently, but she didn't find any smell at all. Suddenly she realized something was wrong. She looked up and found that Lin Chen actually took a picture of her with his mobile phone. Aha! Stinky brother, what are you doing? Yi Ju collapsed. She found that her brother was so bad that he secretly took a picture of her, and it was a picture of him smelling her feet. What should she do if this picture spreads out? This bastard brother, how can he be so bad? He looks so handsome, but he is full of bad water. Hee hee. Now I have your handle in my hand. Lin Chen had a smile on his face, looking at her wickedly. You stinky brother, I know you have bad intentions, tell me what you want to do. Do you want to threaten me with this kind of photo and let me obey you? I tell you, don't even think about it. This girl would rather die than live in disgrace. Don't even think about using this method to capture this girl's body. Yi Ju snorted lightly, and it seemed that she would rather die than surrender. There was quite a feeling. But Lin Chen had a smile on his face. This woman was too funny. He just learned to take pictures. The purpose was to get Yi Ju's favor, and at the same time suppress this little girl. Because only by suppressing her can he conquer her. What are you thinking about in your little head every day? You think so badly of me, am I that kind of person? Lin Chen said speechlessly. Yes. Yi Ju snorted lightly. If that's the case, I'll post this photo on WeChat Moments. What do you think the elder and second sisters will think when they see this photo? Lin Chen looked at her with a smile. When she heard this, Yi Ju immediately became timid. She looked at Lin Chen pitifully, and her appearance seemed quite pitiful. Good brother, I was just teasing you just now. How about this, you delete the photos, and I will still be your good sister in the future, what do you think? Yi Ju begged. Why are you not tough now? I can delete the photos. I've been massaging you for so long just now, shouldn't you massage me? Lin Chen asked with a smile. I knew you must have bad intentions. Hearing this, Yi Ju snorted lightly, but still came to Lin Chen obediently and massaged Lin Chen carefully. Brother, is this strength okay? If you feel comfortable, help your sister and delete the photos. Chapter 33 Boxing. Listening to Yi Ju blowing the wind beside his ear, Lin Chen felt comfortable in his heart. No wonder so many people like the coaxing service. This feeling is really good. He just gave Yi Ju a massage, and now he asked her to massage him. This is not too much. However, Yi Ju's favorability did not decrease. It seemed that although she was angry on her face, she did not care about him in her heart. The only thing she was worried about was that Lin Chen really sent this photo to her eldest sister and second sister, then she would be finished. Because the eldest sister and second sister are people who pay attention to their image, they will never allow their sister to do such indecent things. Not bad. Lin Chen nodded slightly. After she massaged for more than 10 minutes, Lin Chen deleted the photo. But just after deleting the photo, Yi Ju suddenly changed her face like a devil, and came to Lin Chen with a puffy little face. You are finished, Yi Ju said immediately. Then she hung on Lin Chen with a golden hook, her hands baring their teeth and claws. It seemed that she wanted to make Lin Chen surrender. But unexpectedly, Lin Chen exerted force directly, and Yi Ju's figure was instantly lifted upside down by him, and then thrown on the bed. I didn't expect you to be so strong, Lin Chen said with a smile. That's right, I told you to bully me, I'm not easy to mess with. Yi Ju snorted lightly. Lin Chen smiled slightly, stretched out his hand, stroked her head, and tidied her messy hair. Yi Ju was stunned, she didn't expect Lin Chen to be so flirtatious all of a sudden. What does this guy want to do? Is he going to kiss me? No way. It's too fast now, and I'm his sister, how can he kiss me? Yi Ju's heart was very confused, and his heart kept beating. At this time, Lin Chen squatted down. He was just joking with Yi Ju because he found that this little girl was still a little wild. If you don't punish her, she won't be honest at all. Now it seems that the results are still good. Grabbing her ankle, Lin Chen gently rubbed it a few times, with a focused look on his face. Yi Ju saw Lin Chen's eyes, and her little heart beat again. She felt that Lin Chen was so handsome now. He was so handsome. So beautiful. How could there be such a fairy-like appearance? What are you doing? Yi Ju swallowed his saliva and asked in a low voice. Don't move, your foot injury is not very serious, it will heal in a short time. Lin Chen's magnetic voice came. Yi Ju's face became even redder. She didn't dare to look at Lin Chen at all. She asked in a low voice, then Lin Chen, do my feet really stink? How is it possible? Didn't you just say that you are a fairy? Lin Chen smiled slightly. At this time, he stood up. He had massaged Yi Ju a few times just now, and now he has recovered. Yi Ju's eyes flickered extremely. She raised her head and looked at Lin Chen's face. For some reason, she felt that Lin Chen was really handsome at this moment. Lin Chen looked at him, and suddenly stretched out a finger to hook her chin, and a naughty smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Yi Ju's mind was blank in an instant. She didn't know what to think. She found that she was going to fall completely. At this moment, she lost consciousness. At this moment, she closed her eyes. Just like a sleeping beauty, she let Lin Chen rub and abuse her. But after Lin Chen moved his fingers for a while, there was a smile at the corner of his mouth. Look at you, you have a mustache on your chin. As a fairy, facial care is also very important. Lin Chen said with a smile. Yi Ju opened her eyes and felt that her consciousness was returning, her adrenaline secretion was accelerating, and the little volcano erupted at this moment. What, who is this person? She was intoxicated and had already emptied her consciousness, but she didn't even kiss her. Too much. It was simply too much. Yi Ju's eyes were full of grievances, but she would not cry. This man who doesn't understand romance deserves to not find a girlfriend. You straight man, get out. Yi Ju said loudly. What's wrong with you? Lin Chen was slightly stunned, and didn't understand why Yi Ju was furious. Get out, I don't want to see you. Get out quickly. Yi Ju pushed Lin Chen and drove him out. Lin Chen had no idea what was going on. Just like that, he was pushed out by Yi Ju, and Yi Ju quickly closed the door. Seeing the closed door, Lin Chen was slightly stunned. What was going on? But when Lin Chen felt that Yi Ju was angry, his favorability was constantly increasing. Ding! Yi Ju's favorability +1, get the reward of God-level horsemanship. Ding! Yi Ju's favorability +1, get the complete knowledge of Chinese medicine. Ding! Yi Ju's favorability +1, get all-around gymnastics ability. System sounds kept coming. Although he had only stayed with Yi Ju for less than an hour, Lin Chen had never lost any benefits. Looking at Yi Ju's favorability, Lin Chen was slightly stunned, because Yi Ju's favorability had reached. Chapter 30 for this brother is really good. Looking at Yi Ju's favorability, Lin Chen was slightly stunned, because Yi Ju's favorability had reached 67 points. You have to know that her favorability was only 50 points in the morning. It has only been a short time since her favorability increased so quickly. At this rate, it is estimated that in 3 or 4 days at most, Yi Ju's favorability towards her will break through the feelings between siblings, but she looked really angry just now. Compared with Liu Ruoyi, a representative of the rational school, Yi Ju's favorability is easier to break through. Little girls are like this. If they like someone, they like him. They will not think about other things at all. They just know that they like someone. Many things will be diluted in front of them. And Liu Ruoyi and Qin Yunfei will consider more. They will first consider whether their families can recognize them, and what their future life will be like together. That is why they have not fallen in love at such an age. Maybe. Many older single women are like this. If they think too much, they will be timid. Lin Chen doesn't know whether Liu Ruoyi and Qin Yunfei's favorability can break through the critical point in the future and develop towards the direction of a couple. But with 10 beautiful sisters guarding him, it would be a bit too sorry for himself if he didn't work hard. After stretching his waist, Lin Chen felt quite comfortable. Just when Lin Chen returned to the room, a text message was sent on his mobile phone. Lin Chen, I won't go home for lunch. You will have lunch with Qin Yunfei and others. It was sent by Liu Ruoyi. Originally, everyone knew that Liu Ruoyi didn't eat lunch at home, but considering that Lin Chen had just entered this family, he didn't know anything yet. So Liu Ruoyi had to tell Lin Chen that this was her younger brother and he had to pay attention to some things. It must be said that Liu Ruoyi did a good job in this regard. Lin Chen looked at the message on the phone and replied to Liu Ruoyi. Where do you eat lunch? Takeout, or the company cafeteria? Liu Ruoyi's words on WeChat were very brief, but it could be seen that Liu Ruoyi should be busy. As the president of Chinese Group, his daily life is very busy. Lin Chen touched his chin. He knew that Liu Ruoyi should often eat outside, but soon there was a bright color in Lin Chen's eyes. How could I be so stupid? I could have sent Liu Ruoyi a lunchbox. The loving lunchbox from my brother can boost my favorability just by thinking about it. Lin Chen felt that he was too smart. He turned off WeChat. Liu Ruoyi, who was busy over there, glanced at WeChat. After waiting for several minutes, she didn't see Lin Chen's reply. She couldn't help but curse, this stinky brother, he didn't even reply to my message. Can't he reply with a yes? After she finished speaking, there was still a bit of complaint on her face. The secretary who was sorting documents next to her almost fell to the ground. Oh my god. What kind of god can make Liu Ruori wait for his message, and he doesn't reply? Oh my god. You know, Liu Ruori is a famous beauty in the company. People chasing her can line up from here to Dongpu River. It has always been men who are attentive to her and send her messages like crazy. Why is it the other way around here? The secretary felt very strange, but she didn't dare to ask more. Everyone knew Liu Ruori's temper in the company. Swift and decisive, and extremely aloof. I am just a handyman, I can't say too much. Lin Chen thought in his heart, and then walked downstairs. Aunt Mai was preparing lunch at this time. Her cooking skills are very good. I heard that she was a chef before, and later she was recruited by Liu Ruori to cook for her family. Aunt Mai is older than before, and she can't adapt to the work of the hotel, so she agreed to Liu Ruori. She has been working in the Liu family for several years now. No matter what she does, she is dedicated and responsible. When Lin Chen came to the kitchen, Aunt Mai wiped her hands quickly and showed a peaceful smile on her face. Young master, why are you in the kitchen? Aunt Mai, there is no need to be so polite. I am not a young master. I came here to borrow the kitchen. Lin Chen is a person who doesn't have so many rules. He just wants to use the kitchen and cook some food for Liu Ruori. Can I borrow the kitchen? Aunt Mai was slightly stunned, and quickly said with a smile, Young master, tell me what you want to eat, and I will make it for you. Really, I want to cook some food for my sister and send it to her. Lin Chen said with a smile. This. Aunt Mai was slightly stunned. She didn't expect Lin Chen to cook for Liu Ruori himself. Aunt Mai, what does my sister like to eat? Lin Chen came to the kitchen, tied the scarf around his body, and asked with a smile. Your sister likes to eat some sweet things, and the fruits are lychees and mangoes, but she is usually very busy at work and eats casually at noon in the company. If you really want to send her food, it's best to call her in advance. Aunt Mai explained. It's okay. I can do it quickly and make sure to prepare the food for her before she eats. Lin Chen had a smile on his lips. Aunt Mai nodded and didn't stop him, but she decided to watch from the side. If Lin Chen's cooking skills were not good, she would give him some pointers from the side. This brother is so nice. He is so caring towards his sister right after he came here, unlike his brother who is in his 40s and still idles around every day. Aunt Mai is so worried about this. Chapter 35 Stellar Attraction. Qin Yunfei had just finished a day's work at this time, and she stretched her body. I don't know if it's because there's one more person at home, her inspiration today is particularly smooth, and the song is written quite smoothly. She stood up, her perfect figure was revealed, and there was a bit of laziness on her pretty face. If there were people around, seeing Qin Yunfei like this, it's estimated that their heart rate would speed up. Because this is a picture of a goddess, it's simply beautiful. And the sunlight on the third floor is just right, shining on Qin Yunfei through the window, and the faint white light reflected on her face has a beautiful artistic conception. It's really beautiful. If Liu Ruori is an intellectual urban beauty, then Liu Ruori is a quiet girl next door. This kind of person has a sense of tranquility, and a glance and a smile will give people a sense of spiritual purification. This is why Qin Yunfei has only been in the industry for 3 years, but the number of fans is as high as tens of millions. Because Qin Yunfei does have ethereal eyes and a soul-shaking voice. But after Lin Chen appeared, all this became second. Because Lin Chen is a guy bound to the system, no matter how hard a genius tries, he can never surpass him. This guy is just a data modifier, how can you compare with him? After standing up, Qin Yunfei walked out. She had been in the music room for several hours, and it was time to go downstairs. When she came to the second floor, Yi Zhu's door was closed. Thinking that Yi Zhu needed to write a manuscript, she did not disturb him. Lin Chen's door was also closed, and Qin Yunfei didn't know what he was doing in there. But the two were not very familiar with each other, so there was no need to disturb him. Just like that, Qin Yunfei came to the first floor. As soon as she came to the first floor, she saw several servants gathered in the kitchen, and Aunt Mai standing on the left was full of surprise. What happened? What surprised the old housekeeper so much? Qin Yunfei had a strange look on her face. She walked towards that place. When she just arrived there, she was surprised to find that Lin Chen was busy in the kitchen wearing a chef's uniform. Now he was holding a carrot and carving it quickly with a sharp knife. Within 10 minutes, the carrot was carved into a beauty in his hands. Looking closely, it actually looked a bit like Liu Ruoyi. God! What kind of divine knife skills are these? He could carve a beauty in such a short time. And it was a beauty like Liu Ruoyi. The more beautiful a person is, the more effort it takes to carve. However, although the carrot was well carved, it seemed to lack a little charm. It seemed that Lin Chen's knife skills had reached the master level, but not the god level. Because Qin Yunfei had gone abroad to attend a concert before, where she had seen god level knife skills. He was an old man in his 60s from an ancient country. He was obsessed with cooking for decades, and he had been using vegetables to carve his wife's appearance. In carving his wife's face, he was absolutely amazing. But for other people, his knife skills were far from good. It should be said that his god-level knife skills were for carving a certain person, and for other people, they were just average. But this was already amazing. If the old man's wife had not died of illness, he would not have reached this level. It goes without saying how difficult god-level knife skills are. It was already amazing that Lin Chen could do this. But what Qin Yunfei didn't expect was that the porridge in the pressure cooker was ready at this time, and Lin Chen quickly put it in water to cool it. Then put the carrots in the lunchbox, and the crystal white porridge was poured on the carrots at this time. All of a sudden, the statue seemed to come alive. Qin Yunfei's eyes widened in shock. God! Lin Chen actually practiced his knife skills to the god level, and he carved Liu Ruoyi. This made her wonder if Lin Chen knew Liu Ruoyi before, so he secretly practiced. Her beautiful eyes stared at Lin Chen, and she found that Lin Chen was really a treasure boy, and a treasure of the great secret treasure level. Is such a boy really her brother? Is there something wrong? Look at that porridge, why do I feel like I'm alive? Yes. The lady is like taking a bath in the porridge, and every grain of white porridge is crystal clear, like hot spring water. Amazing, I have been learning for so many years and I can't achieve this kind of knife skills and cooking skills. The young master is really amazing. I just shot a vibrato, do you think it will be a big hit if it is uploaded? At this time, a little girl was holding a mobile phone in her hand, looking at Lin Chen with her eyes full of care. There were some older servants here, and there were also some younger servants. These servants were about 20 or 30 years old and were quite fashionable. When they saw a boy like Lin Chen, they naturally couldn't look away, because Lin Chen was simply too strong. It is said that men who can cook have a kind of attraction. Lin Chen is a superstar, even the earth will be attracted to him. Chapter 36 Perfect Male God. Qin Yunfei stared at Lin Chen, she really found that Lin Chen gave her too many surprises. Ding! Qin Yunfei's favorability +1, get reward god level negotiation skills. Ding! Qin Yunfei's favorability +1, get reward god level investment vision. Ding! Qin Yunfei's favorability +1, get reward I'm not the god of medicine script. The system sounds kept ringing. Lin Chen was slightly stunned, his eyes looked to the side, and found that Qin Yunfei, not far away, looked at him like a monster. Isn't it just cooking a dish? Is she so surprised? But Lin Chen didn't know that he was different now. He has god-level knife skills, god-level painting skills, and god-level carving skills. Basically, his first-hand drawing skills have reached the peak of human beings. With this carving skill alone, Lin Chen can sell anything he makes at a sky-high price. Using this skill to cook, let alone carve carrots. People who know how to carve would probably stare out of their eyes. Then they would curse Lin Chen for wasting the gift of nature. I didn't expect your cooking skills to be so good. Qin Yunfei looked at Lin Chen and couldn't help but smack her lips. Her favorability towards Lin Chen has now increased to 12. It has increased by 4 points. It has only been a short time, and the favorability has increased by 4 points directly. The speed of this favorability increase is also very fast. You should know that 30 points of favorability means friendly. That is equivalent to a very good friend. Qin Yunfei is a very introverted person. She has a lonely personality. Because she suffered some injuries when she was a child, she has very few friends around her. Even though Liu Ruoyi and Yi Zhu have been with her for so long, their favorability is only about 73 points. It is too difficult to open up to such a person. Among these people, Qin Yunfei should be the most difficult to deal with. But the increase of 4 points at once shows that there is still great potential for development. I studied for a while before, and I almost became a chef. Lin Chen said with a smile. He did learn to be a chef. At that time, he graduated from college and had no job, so he went to the hotel as an apprentice. But he only worked for a few months and then stopped. Thinking back to his past, it was so miserable, because his mother died just after he crossed over. He thought he was an orphan. As for his father, it seemed that even he himself didn't know that he had a child. And he was a very busy person, and Lin Chen hadn't seen him for so many years. For so many years, Lin Chen came alone. As for whether to recognize this father, Lin Chen didn't know, because he hadn't seen him either, but he always felt that his father had something unspeakable. After not seeing each other for so many years, Lin Chen was used to a person, and it didn't matter whether he had a father or not. But now it's okay, he has 10 sisters, and these sisters are also his future. Whether these sisters like him or not, Lin Chen will make them like him. After all, each of them is so beautiful. Even if he doesn't have that kind of relationship with his father, he still wants to have more contact with these people. Which man doesn't like beautiful women? And they are 10 top beauties in all aspects. Awesome. Qin Yunfei gave Lin Chen a thumbs up. She found that Lin Chen was indeed very good. If she hadn't had a prejudice before, she would probably like Lin Chen very much. With such a talent, how could there be no girls who like him? Wow, someone like my Douyin, and there are still a lot of people. At this time, a girl said in surprise. She just filmed a short video of Lin Chen cooking and uploaded it. Unexpectedly, many people liked it in just a few minutes. The comment area also quickly exceeded 50. She had never thought of such a speed, because sometimes when she shared some luxurious scenes in the villa, she would get at most a few thousand likes, and the luckiest one would get tens of thousands of likes. Liu Ruori also knew about this, but Liu Ruori told her that she couldn't take too many photos, and could only take some inconspicuous scenery. The servants also did it. Because Liu Ruori is also a very talkative person. Apart from work, she is very relaxed in life. Besides, she is just a little girl. She is a little playful at ordinary times. It is normal to shoot a short video. Naturally, there is no need to stop it. At this time, Qin Yunfei's eyes also looked at the girl's mobile phone and found that there were indeed many likes on it. There was a sigh on her face. Lin Chen was really handsome when cooking, and there was a smile on the corner of her mouth. You save this video and never delete it. Do you hear me? Qin Yunfei looked at the girl and said seriously. Oh. Yes. The girl nodded. She uploaded the video before, and she was a little scared in her heart. Will she be scolded by the lady? After all, the appearance of the young master was posted on the internet without permission. However, from Qin Yunfei's expression, she seemed to like the girl's behavior. Because she had an idea in her heart, that is, to let Lin Chen debut. Such a man can be made into a perfect male god if he is well prepared. At that time, there will be absolutely no problem in attracting a large number of fans. And there are 2 top singers in one family, which is what Qin Yunfei wants to see. But Qin Yunfei doesn't know that Lin Chen has no interest in this aspect. He prefers to be a salted fish at home and enjoy life with the sisters, and operate behind the scenes from time to time. That's life. But now, in order to improve his favorability with Qin Yunfei, he can only go along with her temporarily. Anyway, it's not up to Lin Chen to make a debut, and even Qin Yunfei can't force him. And, in the future, Qin Yunfei and Lin Chen's favorability will increase, maybe she listens to Lin Chen. Chapter 37. You have to make one for me too. Lin Chen naturally couldn't reveal this little trick in his mind. At this time, his staple food was ready, and then the dishes. Lin Chen knew that Liu Ruori's stomach was not very good due to years of work, so the dishes he made were easier to digest. Honey tofu, hot and sour bean curd, and a small piece of chicken breast. These ingredients were originally very common, but in Lin Chen's hands, they were played with many tricks. The people outside were dazzled, but their admiration for Lin Chen was also increasing. Is he doing this to send food to the eldest sister? Liu Ruori asked curiously. Yes. Today, the young master said he would cook in the kitchen. I was worried that his cooking skills were not good at first, but now it seems that his cooking skills are much better than mine. Although she didn't taste Lin Chen's food, Aunt Mai could see that Lin Chen's cooking skills were not bad compared to hers. It was for this reason that she couldn't help but sigh that the young master was really talented. You know, she has been immersed in this industry for decades to have the ability she has today. Lin Chen is only in his early 20s this year. Even if he started doing this business since he was a child, he couldn't be so good. Only with super high talent can such skills be achieved. Qin Yunfei nodded, her eyes looked at Lin Chen, and her interest in Lin Chen was obviously greater than before. At this time, the dessert baked in the oven was also ready. It was mango pastry, which Lin Chen made specially. Didn't Aunt Mai say that Liu Ruori likes to eat lychees and mangoes? He specially made pastries with mangoes. It must be said that the fruits of rich people are different from those of outsiders. All the fruits in the house are imported, and they are top-notch. I heard that 1 kilogram costs several hundred. Lin Chen couldn't help but smack his lips. Although he is not short of money now, he still feels that it is expensive to spend hundreds of dollars to buy a few mangoes. When taking out the cakes, Lin Chen found that he seemed to have made a few too many and the lunchbox couldn't fit them. He took out the extra ones with a smile on his face. Second sister, there are a few more here, do you want to try them? Qin Yunfei saw the cakes in Lin Chen's hand and swallowed a mouthful of saliva slightly, because she found that the cakes in Lin Chen's hand were very fragrant, and both the color and taste should be top-notch. It turned out to be extra, then I'll try it, but it's not what I want to taste. Qin Yunfei snorted and took the plate from Lin Chen. The servants standing next to her were drooling. They had eaten Aunt Mai's cakes before, but they were obviously worse than Lin Chen's cakes. But they were just servants, and they had no right to taste these things. That's why, although they wanted to eat, they didn't dare to say anything. There is still a gap in status between people. Qin Yunfei took the plate, picked up one with 2 fingers and put it in her mouth to taste it. A milky aroma filled the entire mouth, followed by a wave of mango flavor. This pastry is simply a perfect blend of milk and mango. Delicious. It's simply too delicious. Qin Yunfei had never thought that a piece of pastry would be so delicious. You know, she has been to many places and tasted many delicacies before, and she doesn't know how many times she has been to the Michelin restaurant. But the pastry in front of her is still the most delicious pastry she has ever eaten. Ding! Qin Yunfei's favorability +1, get the stock god ability. Ding! Qin Yunfei's favorability +1, get the sprint champion ability. A few more system sounds came, and Lin Chen was slightly stunned. He didn't expect that a few pieces of pastries could actually increase favorability. The favorability of his sister is growing a little fast. But this can also highlight how good Lin Chen's craftsmanship is. This time, Lin Chen was more confident. Qin Yunfei only ate a few pieces of cakes, and her favorability continued to increase. Will Liu Ruori be moved to tears after eating her loving lunchbox? I am simply too smart. I can think of such things. After almost a few minutes, Lin Chen's lunchbox was ready. Second sister, I will go to deliver the lunchbox to the eldest sister first. If I come back late, you can eat first. Lin Chen said with a smile on his face, looking at Qin Yunfei. Okay. But when you come back, you have to make me a cake. I want dragon fruit flavor. Qin Yunfei said to Lin Chen quickly. But then she thought that it was a bit bad to ask Lin Chen to make food for her directly, so she quickly added. Even if it is the tuition for me to teach you music. No problem. Lin Chen nodded, thinking that Qin Yunfei was a stubborn iceberg, but she didn't expect that she was also a foodie. Lin Chen also likes to have more contact with her, regardless of whether he can make Qin Yunfei fall in love with him. But it is also good to make her feel good about him. A family with close relationships is life. Lin Chen is also working towards this goal. He walked outside, and when he came to the garage not far away, he took out a key. This key was given to him by Aunt Mai. There was no car in the family, and the keys were kept by her, which was convenient. Lin Chen chose a Lamborghini, which cost about 7 million yuan. You don't need to drive a very good car to deliver a lunchbox. This car is enough. You know, Lin Chen in the past couldn't even afford a car worth 70,000 yuan. P.S. Let us do a small event. Now the flowers are 5,100 yuan and the evaluation tickets are 530 yuan. As long as the flowers can rise to 8,000 yuan and the evaluation tickets can rise to 900 yuan before the early morning of today, 10 chapters will be released tomorrow, and 15 chapters will be released on the first day of listing. I hope everyone can support it.